There's a lot of controversy going on with Ghost of Yote. The misogyny comes out of everybody somehow. If it was another male character, would it have the same reaction? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Beard Bros Breakdown Podcast. My name is RedBeard, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host Krodok, the non-champion. Anyways, how are you doing today? I hope you guys are doing very, very well. This episode, we're doing another tier list, and you're in luck. It's another video game tier list, but this time, characters. But before we get into that, of course, let's ask the number one contender how his week was.
Well, I am not. I guess I am the number one contender, but that doesn't matter, okay? Because even if I was the number 12 contender, I would still beat your ass.
Number 12 contender? That just means you're in catering. Anyways.
I know.
The thing is, it's like we don't care about this anymore, but it's still there. I mean, we care, but it's like what, isn't Crown Jewel this weekend and we're not even talking about it? So yeah, this could have been a prediction episode, but we haven't watched. So
yeah, we're behind.
I feel like what we can do is maybe have a soft restart around when Royal Rumble starts. I think that'll give us some time. Now, I will report on things about like John Cena. Like apparently his final match is going to be at Saturday Night's main event against possibly Gunther, is what I'm hearing.
That's good. That's a good final opponent.
That's a good final opponent. I just hate that it's Saturday Night's main event because we know the Goldberg situation where they cut his retirement speech short, but that was a network. I would really hope that they speak to NBC ahead of time and just go like, "Hey, man, he's got a retirement speech. Please don't take us off the air." Unless they extend it on Peacock, but NBC has control, so it's like I just really hope they fix that. But we'll never know.
True.
We'll never know, but yeah. Did I already ask how your week was?
Yes, and then you just didn't let me answer. But
I don't care.
Yeah, clearly.
No, I
clearly.
do. I do.
No. Okay. A low for my week. The low thing that happened this week to me was shit.
Well, I don't think you had one.
I guess bad sleeping? I don't know, man.
I'm trying to come up with that something. Works. I mean,
I can't.
Sleeping is very important. If you didn't get good sleep.
Wait, no, I know. I got it. It's fucking PlayStation. My low for this week is Sony and Sony's ass customer support, bro. I don't know. I was having a big issue with my PlayStation. I wasn't able to log in.
Yeah.
I got it now. But Jesus, they didn't help. I literally just had to do it all on my own. I literally contacted customer support. I did everything I could to try to get back into my PlayStation account. And no, they were just dicks. Yeah, I gave them everything they asked for. I did all this for like 4 hours, man, and it just ended with them literally doing nothing. They're like, well, we can't do anything. And then they're like, please call us if you need help. Guess what? I call, it says, hello, we are not working right now. What the fuck do you mean? Anyway, PlayStation support is the worst support I've ever seen.
It's always been. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, as a former Sony Glazer, their support has been bad. And not even that.
Oh, yeah.
The changes recently, like if we're going to get into gaming, the changes recently to Game Pass is being affected because of like PlayStation's tiers. So Game Pass has gone up.
Yeah, Game Pass just went up $5, bro.
Game Pass went up $5 from the original $12, and then Game Pass Ultimate went from $20 to $30. So things are changing in the economy of gaming. That's crazy. I mean, that's already been a thing. I mean, we saw it with the Nintendo Switch 2 and games going from 60 to 70, and now Xbox Game Pass is going up. I thought that was never going to go up, but it is. But we can all agree that Steam will never change. Hopefully.
Yep.
Because I heard some people wanted to buy Steam and Steam said no. Steam is never going to sell out like that. So if you don't want Game Pass games, I guess you're going to have to buy full price. That's the thing. These kind of business decisions are pushing us away from the subscriptions and just getting them full price on Steam. It's literally pushing gamers to Steam.
True.
It literally is just trying to tell you, hey, maybe you should buy the game full price from now on. Because you don't own it on Game Pass. You don't own the game. It's the same thing as PlayStation Plus. You don't
Which is
own that.
why I bought
Yeah,
Soul.
so it's like you don't own that, but it's like I know if it's a game that I'm not going to play all the time. I mean, it'd be nice. I can own Silksong or Hollow Knight, but it's like, I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't put a profit on it, but it's like, it's just kind of weird. But like some games, like Minecraft, like that's free and like, you can get it on there. Like whereas if you got it on Steam, you'd have to pay for the full game. It's like Game Pass will give you Minecraft for free and other games and stuff. So it's like, but
You can't even buy Minecraft on Steam.
oh yeah, see that's the thing. You can't buy it on there. You have to have, Game Pass or something or Xbox at least to get on there. But
I'm pretty sure you just have to buy it from Minecraft's website.
or Minecraft.net, yeah. But you can get it through the launcher through Xbox. But
I mean, yeah.
they'll recommend you to do it as well. But
Sony support sucks. That's my low for the week.
what's your high?
My high is finally today, if things don't go wrong, I'm gonna show you and another friend K-pop Demon Hunters because it is peak fiction and you need to understand.
If things don't go wrong, what's happening? What's gonna happen? If the world doesn't explode.
Well, what if he just what if
I know I don't want to watch it without him. That's the thing. I don't want to watch it without him.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So if he shows up like too late and I'm like tired as fuck, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like,
yeah. That I feel that. Yeah, that's a good high because that's probably one of the highs for me. I mean,
yeah, let's go.
Because I'll tell my lows, but I was probably one of my highs because like watching that and then getting back into the pod more and more and more.
Yep.
Gaming, just been gaming really much, but my low, I kind of like had issues with mental health a little bit, maybe like a day or two ago, but really just like a lot of stress on me and stuff. I mean, my job position now is a bit more stressful than it used to be. And then like real life issues just coming up and stuff, and adulthood and adulting and stuff like that. So it's not as easy as people think. Like, oh, I want to be an adult, be in my own place. I mean, I'm in my own place, and like it's great. It's still stressful. There's a lot you gotta sacrifice. There's a lot you gotta sacrifice for this kind of stuff. But lowest would be like just stressing, bit of an anxiety over the past few days, but it's gotten better. Definitely gotten better. I'm off today, so that kind of helps. But and then definitely my other high is I'm looking forward to streaming Arkham Knight this Friday. I haven't made the announcement on my server, but I will be making it as this ends. But getting back on Arkham, and then I don't know where I'm gonna go after that. I'll think about it, but I don't know where I'm gonna go after that because Arkham's finished. After that game, don't know what I'm gonna do after that, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Well, that's our highs and lows. I guess we can kind of talk about a couple things before we get into our main event, which is the tier list today. Mainly some news in the gaming world, some news in the wrestling world. We'll throw out the gaming news here and there. There's a lot of controversy going on with Ghost of Yote.
Yeah.
A lot. See, when when games like this, listen, when shit like this happens, the misogyny comes out of everybody somehow. They tell you how they really feel about female-led games. I don't necessarily know much about her political, stance on things and what she supports. Because here's one thing.
Well, my thing is, who cares? It's like
that's the thing, and it's like it's hard to say who cares because
it's a character.
The thing, if people, okay, so Antifa, I hate to get political on here, but Antifa. If nobody knows what this Antifa is, it's supposed to be an anti-fascist, terrorist, anti-terrorist group. Even though there's some acts that they do that kind of contradict what they stand for over the years. And it's always in the news. And apparently the main actress for Yote supports them, and so now there's controversy around her that they don't want to play as her. But it's like, you're not really just playing as her; you're playing as the main character of Ghost of Yote. There's so many other actresses out there who have something tied to them that we disagree with or may not like find appropriate. People still play that character. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's only heightened because she's a female. There are worse people out there, and I will say that the majority might be male, but people still, in a way, support those people. So if this was a male character, and I hate to be that because it's always a question, oh, if it was a male, this wouldn't have went this way. Oh, if it was male, it would have been a case. Or it's just, it's stupid that that has to be a question. But it's like, if it was another male character, if it was like a Ghost of Tsushima like 2, would it have the same reaction? I don't think it would.
I don't think it would. I don't
I
think it
don't
would
think
either.
it would. And that's the hard truth about gamers. He and I are gamers, bro. We hate being a part of this community because of people like this.
True.
But he'll play that game probably when he can get it or whatever, because he just enjoys the landscape of Ghost of Yote. And
Bro,
Sucker Punch is
Ghost
an
of Tsushima's
awesome, and I hate that they're
yes.
hating on Sucker Punch. They are an amazing company, bro. They're doing
True.
everything they can to tell a story they've been trying to tell for years. And people are just hating on it because you have to play as a female character.
Yeah, I'm looking so forward to Ghost of Yote. I just can't afford it right now,
Yeah.
but when
Oh
I
yeah.
can, I'm so excited to play that shit.
But like it's just it's not even that. It's not even like if it was just centered on the actress herself, I'd understand. But it's starting to open up a doorway for everyone to start complaining about, like, they complain about her and they're like, you know what? I actually don't like female led games. I hate girl bosses, or I hate empowered women. And I'm just like, so now this just gave y'all a platform to open up a doorway to hating on they literally threw Hornet in from Silksong and was like, why can't they be like her? And I'm like, one, she's a silent protagonist. Two, she's a bug.
She's not a silent person.
Okay, she's not silent, but she's a bug. Um, not saying she's that lowers her as a female character, but it's like, you're kind of comparing two different characters here. And then like they throw in like other characters, like, and they throw in like, oh, like Sadie Sink is, and like, oh, like Stellar Blade and all that. But then people are like, oh, you don't like Stellar Blade because of, it's like, and then people are just like, girl bosses, I find them annoying. I'm just like, what's your definition of girl boss? Like a leader that's a woman, or just like she's badass and she's also female? I never look at it like that. Like, oh my god, she's badass because she's a female led character. No, it's like they're taking a different take. Like, I haven't heard a single complaint about GTA 6's lead character. Why? Because they find her attractive. I'm sorry, but that's why. They find her attractive. Also, you have a male character to fall back on, so you can swap between the two. But I have heard no complaints about her. The main character. I forgot her name, but it's the main character of GTA 6. It's because of the look factor, um, how they write her, probably how they're going to write her. I mean, they just hate that, like, that if there's a female samurai. I don't get it. It looks cool. It's badass to me. It's like, if you can write something good around a female character, fucking do it. I'm all for it, bro. Equality,
True.
hello. We've been preaching equality for the last decades, more than that, and it's just like people just don't want it all of a sudden. Like, what happened to y'all, like, being happy that Sadie Sink. This man has me saying her
Okay.
name wrong.
Okay.
Sadie Adler from Red Dead Redemption 2, probably one of my favorite developed female-led characters. Took her from a depressed widow into taking back and getting revenge on the people that killed her. Spoilers, killed her husband. If you didn't know what widow meant. But it's like,
Yeah.
those characters are written perfectly. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know her character's name in Yote, is going to be written perfectly. That's what I'm hearing. And they're just
Yeah,
using an excuse to just shit on Tsushima has been glazed for so long,
deservedly so.
deservedly. And all of a sudden they're like, "Oh man, why are we doing these mini games? Why are we fishing?" I'm like, "Y'all did that in Tsushima. What are you talking about?"
Well, there was no fishing.
There was no
But
no fishing, but
wait, there's
bamboo
fishing.
cutting.
Wait, there's fishing in Ghosts of Yote? Dude, that sounds awesome!
There's fishing.
Unironically,
Well,
this is not a bit.
there's
I wanna
fishing.
fish
Yeah,
so
there's
bad.
fishing and there's cooking fishing, but there's also bamboo cutting, which was in Tsushima, and that returns in
That's my
Yote.
favorite. That's my favorite thing
It
from
returns in
Tsushima.
Yote,
That's
and
my
people were
favorite.
complaining. They're also complaining that your
Yeah.
character isn't wet enough in the water. Sorry, it's called Ghost of Yote, not Ghost of Water.
Yes.
I'm just,
Bro, I want to play that so bad.
that's
I
just,
love mini games like that. That's so
yeah,
fun to me.
dude,
I
I love,
love the
and it
bamboo
also
cutting.
gives you
That's
like,
really my favorite thing to do in
dude, it
Tsushima,
literally is an
bro.
open world. You think you're not going to be doing stuff like that in like GTA, where you're probably going to be like sweeping the floor or something. I mean, that's kind of boring, but I mean, like, they're going to make it immersive enough to where like you can do stuff and make it feel real. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, and the whole argument, oh, it's a PS3 game, still exists to this day. I'm like, bro, y'all need to like chill. I think it's just like Sony haters and then over misogynistic people. That's all it is. But I
Most
think the game
likely.
looks great.
Me too.
I never take someone's political instance to ruin my immersion in a game or look at that character. I'm like, oh, I have to play this person. I've never been that way. And if people think that I'm supporting the organization they support because I want to play the character, well, I'm sorry, you're fucking stupid. Because that's not what I'm thinking, that's what you're thinking, and that's an assumption. I'm playing the game because I've been waiting for the game and I want to play it. If it's a female-led actor and
Exactly.
she has something, unless you tell me she murdered somebody or she's in a like, I don't know, a PDF. You know what I'm talking about? A PDF. I'm not gonna say the word on here
Mhm.
because YouTube doesn't like that word. If you're that, then sure. But I haven't heard any instances of that. So I understand Antifa is an organization that's frowned upon. How about you separate that and play this game? Okay? Not that hard.
Yeah.
That's my rant.
Nah, I think that's a good rant. I agree.
Um that's the main news for gaming. Well, also other news for gaming. Little Nightmares 3 comes out tomorrow. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Um I don't know if I'll get that. I may if I might get it. And maybe this can be counted as one of my Halloween streams. You know what's funny? I'm glad that I mentioned Batman Arkham Knight as my next playthrough because it technically takes place during Halloween. What coincidental? Very
True.
coincidental. Little Nightmares 3 comes out tomorrow. Looks really good. And if I get it, I'll definitely stream. Or I might make videos out of it. I might make videos out of it because I don't make videos anymore except for the podcast. Getting back into my
Yeah.
movie reviews and possibly TV show reviews.
Mm.
Yes. um, that's one rant I had. And then there's some
Yeah.
like, I don't know if you have any news or anything to speak on, but
Well, in terms of the anime sphere, there's some news I want to talk about.
alrighty.
Specifically about one of my favorite mangas of all time, Blue Lock.
Ooh.
For people who don't know, Blue Lock is about soccer. And it's soccer mixed with Squid Game. Now just that's basically what it is, at least for the first like 100 chapters. Then it's not, but whatever. Blue Lock is so good, and they just announced a season 3 will be next year, I believe, which is so hype. Wait, no, they announced season 3, and apparently they're making a live action Blue Lock movie next year. So
The live actions are going crazy, bro. Like they're already working on. Wow.
I think
Anyways,
that sums up.
never
I
heard
think
that
that
side of
sums
him
up my.
before.
I think that sums up my feelings about live actions.
Well,
This,
how do you feel
I
about
hope
the
it's
already
so
live
bad.
action K-pop Demon Hunters they're working on?
I'm mad.
Yeah, like that movie just came out this year, right?
Yes.
So they're already planning on working. some of these live actions got to stop. All of them need to
All
stop.
of them have
You
to
know what?
stop.
All of
Yes.
them need to quit. Stop making them,
I hate
please.
them.
You
I
literally,
hate
the reception sucks. We're not even asking for them anymore, and they're just
I've
like.
only ever seen one good live action. That's the How to Train Your Dragon one. That's
So you did see
it.
that. So it is good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were shitting on it. Okay, so you do like
No,
it.
no,
Okay.
no. No, that's the only good live action I've ever seen. The
Oh,
only
okay.
good one.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of them.
I wanted to try at least and enjoy the Last Airbender live action, and I couldn't. I was like, you're already like messing up the storylines. You're already like getting rid of the important
Bro,
stuff,
I
and
know they're gonna do Zutara, and it's pissing me
they
off.
are. They definitely are. They're gonna change the whole thing. I mean, they're already greenlit for season 2 and 3. I think they're gonna release them both at once because that's what Netflix is saying. They're gonna
Literally
release.
ruined Sokka's character. So,
Yeah, Sokka's not. He's not sexist.
Yeah, he's not sexist enough. Unironically, a valid complaint. I think the more sexist thing is removing a
Dude,
sexist character.
he's supposed to be afraid of the Kyoshi warriors. He's supposed to be like completely disgusted of women, yet he falls in love with Suki right away in the live action. I was like, okay, that's not how it happened, but sure,
No, yeah, no, it took a
sure
while.
game, sure
Like
game, yeah,
his
sure show.
entire development for season 1 is not being misogynistic. That's his entire development for book 1 of Avatar. Is he's learning to accept like just people and not be so misogynistic and sexist and all these other things. I the fact that the live action basically removes all of the sexism from him makes me hate them more. I feel like it's more sexist to remove sexism. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they're taking that's gonna definitely be that they're considering as filler. I mean, they threw Wan Shi Tong in the Spirit World episode, and I'm just like, yeah, the library's not happening. They're not going to do that. That's not going to be. I suspected much with like certain episodes that they're not going to throw those things in. It's because they're going to try to get all the way through the main important parts and get all the way to the Fire Lord. Hell, they showed the Fire Lord in the first. He's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a myth, bro. He's supposed to be scary. That's why he doesn't show up until season 3. He's supposed to be this scary, looming, threatening presence, and they ruined that shit.
Yes, the entire thing is during book 1 and book 2, I'm pretty sure. Wait, no. During book 1 and book 2, I'm pretty sure you don't ever see the Fire Lord's face fully
No, you just
without
hear
like
you hear his
shadows covering.
voice and you see his silhouette. He's supposed to be
Exactly.
this looming presence that like you keep hearing about and what he does, and then you're not even supposed to know about Sozin until season 3, and you learn about him in the first opening of the damn show.
Exactly. Book 1's villain is supposed to be Zuko and Zhao. Book 2's villain is supposed to be Azula. Book 3, it's the Fire Lord.
Yeah,
That's just how it works.
you're not supposed to know the backstory of the Fire Lord until season 3 and Sozin's comment. It's like, okay, you can tell us. Maybe they were just trying to really tell us why the Fire Nation did turn on the nations just because of Sozin, but it's like, how about we learn that later on? You don't have to tell us that
Yes.
because if we're viewers of the original animated show, we know why. You don't have to put it in the first, I know there's like new viewers who's never watched the show, but like if I knew those people, I'd be like, go watch the original. Don't watch this as your
Yes,
first.
exactly.
Like I know people who watch the One Piece live action before the anime. I'm like, yeah, you're getting fed some misinformation here. Like it's not
Yeah,
accurate.
I hate live actions. I hate them. I'll always hate them. They make no sense because most of the time, stuff that gets live actions, I think, are either 9, like 8, or 10 out of 10 movies or shows, and then they make a live action, and it's like, well, you can't copy something that is basically almost perfection and change stuff while not because you have to make this weird balance where you don't change too much. You got to keep most of it original, but you also have to change something for a reason for it to actually exist.
Right.
So there's no reason for it to exist because if you change nothing, then it's just like why'd you even make it? And if you do change to like something, it's like, well, why did you change that? That wasn't in the original. It just makes no sense. Live actions as a concept, live action adaptations as a concept are just don't make sense and they don't work. They will
Yeah,
never work and they are dumb.
they're dumb. I mean, like it doesn't make sense at all, and especially when they like change things, like when they completely like did the live action Lion King, and they just completely changed every single actor except for James Earl Jones. Which I get it. They were trying to do cultural appropriation here. Um, However, most of those VA or those voice actors were not from Africa or had African descent. They just did that to pretty much make it culturally appropriate. Nothing wrong with that, but that's the only reason they did it. They changed every actor, um, which upset me because, like, not because of that fact, but it's like, why? If most of the actors, which they were, majority of the actors from the original Lion King were still alive, and you didn't bother to go reach out to them to do it again, you're just changing something that's should have never been changed. Also, it wasn't very good at all. Like
No, it sucks. It's a
neither was the live action
bad.
Aladdin. I'm sorry, you don't need it. You don't need it, bro. I get it. You have the resources and the modern technology today to make it happen, but you can do so much more interpretation in animation than you can in a real life movie.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like, even if a live action is good, like the How to Train Your Dragon live action, or like maybe one other live action I've seen, like, even if it's good, why would I ever watch that over the original?
Right.
It's like it does not have a reason to exist.
It's just to for modern audiences. It's just trying to get them in there. It's like, oh, you never seen or like it's trying to appeal to the modern audience, but also appeal to the adults who may have seen the originals. Like, hey, you should show your kid this. You love this as a kid. Now it's live action. They can watch it. It's like, well, no, they won't get me on that. If I had a child, I'd be like, we're watching the original. we're watching
Yeah,
the last. We're
exactly.
watching Avatar: Last Airbender on Nickelodeon.
If
we're
I
not.
ever have a child, I don't want one, but if I ever had one, as soon as they're out of the womb, I'm showing them One Piece. I'm showing them How to Train Your Dragon,
Just put an
the
iPad on
original.
them. Just lay it right there on their face. Here you go.
Exactly, bro. Have you not seen those TikTok memes or like TikTok videos where it's like as soon as my child opens their eyes and then they just have something?
Just give them an iPad and here's just they just grow up to be Zoro. It's like okay.
Yeah.
um, and really much like I think that's the main news that I have. I mean, like wrestling news and stuff. Like we said, John Cena's retire match is like he's very close. But I mean, I'm obviously going to watch. But it's like we haven't been really
Yeah.
on much wrestling news. Like yay, like Crown Jewel's coming up, and it's like oh, there's some things like that I would wish be on the card that's not on the card. And
I
I
think for
mean,
me, I just got burnt out because I was watching like 12 hours of wrestling content every well, actually like 46 hours of wrestling content every week.
yeah.
And also like just the whole John Cena tour just like kind of failing to me upset me so much that I think I just couldn't.
Well, it's like his heel turn is what failed. Like he's still, it's still good to see him there,
Yeah,
and it's hard to say that he literally will leave right at December, but he's probably still will. Um,
he's a man of his word.
but I mean, the only real big thing that's really been happening is not even on the main roster. It's NXT. They've been going on a roll the last few weeks, and
Yeah, NXT here has been fire.
yeah, Obafemi finally being dethroned by the wrong choice, by the way. Should have been Javon Evans.
Yes! Thank you.
Ricky Saints, yeah, you're a top dude. You were a top guy in AEW, but it's like he wasn't really a top guy over there. But like
Actually, I disagree.
as a top guy, or him being the choice.
Of him being the choice. I think he is the correct choice. You know why? Because Ricky Saints has way less time than Javon Evans does. Javon Evans is still super young, and he's still
True.
like perfecting all the parts of his game. Whereas Ricky Saints, as soon as he got here, he was already ready for main roster.
Well, now
So
Javon is pretty much on the main roster now since he was on and up. Well, not really, but he looks like from the match with him and Sami Zayn, they definitely might bring him to the main roster soon.
no,
Um,
I think they're just testing him.
Yeah, they're testing it. Yeah, I'm saying like soon, but not too soon. Like testing him. That
Yeah.
was a great match. I don't know how big
I
of a
still think he
fan
has
I
2
am
years in
with
him
the Sami
too.
Zayn Open challenges, but I think it is a callback to John Cena's Open challenges a lot that he used to have with that US title. I really want Carmelo to have that damn title. But now Miz is getting involved with him, so now I don't know what's happening there. There's a lot of crazy things going on. There's a lot of releases. Santos Escobar's gone. Andrade left and went right back to AEW. The first person to leave WWE, go to AEW, leave AEW, come to WWE, then go back. I
Yep.
don't know how. That's like quitting a job and then going back to your old one. It's like, it's just, and then coming back later. I don't know what he thinks they're gonna do with him, but I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna. He's gonna leave and never come back. Like he's gonna retire after that. I don't know what it is, but they have dropped the ball so much on Andrade and Mello. I'm surprised Mello is staying. I need him to get more invested in this feud with Sami Zayn. But Miz is now involved, so I don't know what's gonna happen there. Um, Santos is gone, and then we got the Hardys are double champions now. That's crazy. Tag team champions. A lot of TNA people came over. I mean, it was an invasion, but we can't call it an invasion because political issues. But and then just, I mean, it's been cool. I think NXT's been on fire with it, really, more than the main roster. There's been stuff like, yeah, AJ's back, of course, that's awesome, but she's been off TV because she's doing her own time. Roman's back again because they literally made a compilation of his returns, and 10 of them were from this year. How many times can you
Yep.
return, Roman? You, I don't get it, bro. I don't
I
get it.
mean, he's retiring in like 2 years probably. So
Probably. There is some news, which is for gamers and wrestling fans. They put Brock Lesnar back in 2K.
oh,
Brock
okay.
Lesnar's back in 2K. The recent DLC, which was announced as the John Cena Fair, I don't think it's the Farewell Tour or the John Cena Tour. It's one. It's called one of them. John Cena from WrestleMania 32, or no, 31. Well, 32. Is in there, which is, it's really not hard to make John Cena from WrestleMania 32. You can literally just make an all black, you know, attire, and then Comic
Mhm.
Sans font that says John Cena in all black. It's not that hard to make that, but that was DLC. Then they added Brock Lesnar to that DLC, and then apparently they're finally adding 2003 Kane to the game with his original theme. We've been asking for this for years, but I don't even play the game, so you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that much to me. But
Yep.
um, that is all the news that I have before we dive into the tier list. But if you have anything else, please.
Um. No, I'm good.
All right. Well, let us head over to the tier list. Oh, I can't see my screen. Okay. So, welcome to the video game tier list part 2. Character edition. So now we're going to be
Let's go.
discussing characters instead of games this time. And we have a good bit of characters down here. He and I have a few that are shared. Obviously, that has been the case for a while. I mean, he and I usually share
Yeah.
some, but we have a lot, and we're gonna see a lot of glazing from both of us. Mostly him, you know.
True.
Uh, true. So I guess we can begin, and the craziest first one is Seth Faroth from Final
Wait.
Fantasy. What?
We're starting with our honorable mentions first. Let's just get those out of the
That's
way.
true. Okay, honorable mentions. I can't remember your honorable mentions,
That's why I'm telling you to go first.
but I'm doing okay. Well, okay. I had a lot of honorable mentions, so I'll move them around. But I'm gonna be quick with them because everybody knows these characters. But
Spider-Man.
yeah, I couldn't find them. First honorable mention, I will say Crash Bandicoot. Yes, Ryan, you're correct. I was gonna add Crash Bandicoot in here. The reason why, he's one of my favorite characters. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Put the thing on screen, editor. Me. Uh,
Thing.
he's not complex. He is a scientist. I keep saying scientist. He's a science experiment gone wrong. And he's pretty much just stopping the bad guys. He's your traditional platformer. He doesn't speak English or speak any kind of dialogue. Sometimes in certain iterations of him, and he's really just your goofball beat 'em up character. The backstory is cool, but it's like not as complex for me. So he's an honorable mention, but he is one of my favorite characters. And then I did Batman, the Arkham Batman, really because there are so many versions of Batman out there, and Batman's been around for, you know, 2 decades plus, more than that, 3 decades even. So he's already a character that you know. He just has a different story and a different universe and feel in this game series. So it's really more of an honorable mention. I love Batman, but it's like more of just really an honorable mention character. And the same with the Insomniac Spider-Man. Same thing. Spider-Man's been around, I'd say, just as long or maybe longer. They're roughly around the same time because I know DC Comics came out a little bit before. Um, so Spider-Man's the same way. He's been around for so long, but he has a different story in the Insomniac verse. But it's a character that I enjoy and I love to play as, and I love like the dynamics they have for different Peters and Spider-Man. But uh,
Yeah.
truly an honorable mention. So, but
Yeah, and my one honorable
your one
mention
honorable mention, yes,
is
was
Cuphead.
Cuphead, and of course Mugman is on the screen there. But
Mugman.
if we were to rank these in order, though, who's better as
Oh, in
honorable?
order?
I know we don't really do it for
Um,
that, but
well, I would put Batman number one. I think Arkham Batman is one of a really good character. I would put Spider-Man next. Then I would probably put Cuphead and Mugman because
yeah,
they at least have
because
personalities.
because
So
Cuphead and Mugman, you can consider Cuphead the platformer. It's a different kind of platformer. But
yeah,
this one like it relies on the boss fights a lot, dude. It's really good with that, and it's very
well,
rage inducing for me.
that's why. Hey, we might play it on the channel if we can find a way to do
If we can find a way to do it, yes.
it. If we don't know, but
For
no, I
sure, for
think
sure.
uh, Cuphead is interesting because there's only like, let me rack my brain
They
right
weren't even on the
now.
screen half the time. That's my fault. Y'all couldn't see them down here. Whoops.
Um, Cuphead was Cuphead is a game where there's 5 actual platforming levels. Each of them have a mini boss, and then there's 46 bosses, I think. Or no, I'm thinking of
Like cut
a
that in
different
half
game.
of Wukong.
But there's like 27 bosses, I think, or something like that in Cuphead. So yeah, it does rely on bosses, but a lot of the bosses have platforming aspects. So, and they have personalities too, unlike Crash most of the time,
Well,
where Cuphead and Mugman literally just uh get their souls taken. So,
the thing about it is like Crash villains do have personality. Like, of course, the main villain, which is Cortex, who's just trying to rule the world, but of course, Crash is in the way, so he got to destroy him. But yeah, I can see what you mean with like their boss fights are easy, and they're some of them are very short. Some of them are too short with Crash, but with Cuphead, yeah, they can take long. They can take a very long time if you're
oh
unless
no,
you're
no, no.
good like him. But I mean,
I mean, I am pretty damn good at Cuphead,
you
but no, I was
definitely yeah.
I wasn't talking about like the bosses or villains, because they don't have personality in Cuphead. I mean, the thing about Cuphead is it's not like any talking really, aside from like the intro cutscene and some DLC cutscenes.
Right.
There's not really any talking except with the final boss of the main game in the DLC, and I guess Mr. Dice. Like the rest of the bosses and everything don't have dialogue unless you die to them, of course, then they do have dialogue. Whatever. Cuphead is a very unique game, and that's why I love Cuphead so much. And I love the protagonists because the protagonists are just 2 dumb kids who accidentally sold their soul to the devil. So
Yeah. Don't deal with the devil, as they say.
true. Well, Cuphead and his pal Mugman. They like to roll the
Copyright.
dice.
No, I'm kidding.
By chance they came upon a devil's game, and gosh, they paid the price. Paid
No, you're
the
not singing the whole thing.
price.
Stop.
And
Okay,
now they're
so next,
fighting for
next,
their lives on a
next,
mission
next. Jesus
promised
Christ.
dread. Okay. Um.
All
Anyway,
right.
well, it's true. The intro, the
Yeah, it
fucking
is.
music explains the
I was
entire
just like,
story of
chill
the
out because
game.
they're gonna copyright.
I mean, fuck it. No. Sephiroth.
Sephiroth, the
Do-do-do-do.
first one in our tier list, Sephiroth from Final Fantasy. Now, I know you know a lot about him, and I don't know much.
I
Tell us about
don't
this
actually
guy.
know.
Tell us about
Okay,
how cool this guy is.
I don't know everything about Sephiroth because I have not finished the original game. I've only played.
He's in
I have the
fucking
original
trash.
game. No, whoa, calm down. I haven't finished the original game, but I have played both the remake games, everything that all the remakes and everything for Final Fantasy VII. So I know quite a bit about
Okay.
Sephiroth, I believe, because I've played fucking what's the sequel game? Crisis Core. Yeah.
Okay.
No, prequel game. Yeah. And that explains a lot more about Sephiroth and how he's a normal kid for most of his life, and then a major event happens where he like learns about who his mother is and how he was born because he was like spoilers, I guess. He was like genetically created using like an ancient deity's like blood basically, and he basically is one of the best he's probably my favorite villain in all of gaming history. He is so good as a villain. He is so threatening. His presence is insane. He knows like just the fact that how he messes with Cloud's head and he like just knows everything. Like he's so smart and he's just like trying to get Cloud to do what he wants. He's fucking an incredible villain. He's threatening. He does everything a villain should do. And I'm pretty sure he still has like his own logic for why he's doing the things he does and his own like logic for being a villain and trying to do what he does. Like I'm pretty sure he's trying to destroy the entire planet. um but yeah, Sephiroth, I would have to put him as. I'm sorry, but
Damn, not
Sephiroth is a
even not even the
goated villain.
goat. Oh,
Oh yeah, I meant
yeah,
goat.
we have
I
goat
forgot we
tier
had that.
list. Yeah, we decided to add goat
Goat.
tier list because we have some goat
he
characters. And
he's a goat, bro.
speaking of goat characters, we have Kratos.
Yes, goat.
You
Put
know,
him
you
in
ain't even got to
goat.
say it because, like, listen, because I have Atreus as well, but you know, I don't know if he's on goat level for me right now. But Atreus was his pick as well. Well, Atreus was only his pick. He also picked
Yeah.
Kratos. But see, listen, the thing about this man Kratos, you know, probably one of my favorite written characters with the most interesting tragic backstories that lead him to just nothing but a path of revenge. Because around this time, we had a lot of revenge like characters. He is the epitome. I mean, dude was tricked into selling his soul to the gods, killed his family, got tricked into that, and just on hell bent and rage, and then eventually, you know, has another son, and we get the wise Kratos, you know, eventually the god of hope.
Mhm.
This is the, you know, God of War 3 render, but this is mainly Kratos as a whole. Um, I will always enjoy the vengeful, angry, you know, Spartan Kratos, but I will also enjoy the Ragnarok 2018 Kratos as well. This character is written so deep that he's just like if you ask me like my favorite character, it's probably him. I got my backgrounds and stuff for him, dude. It's like he's one of my favorites. Just how he's written and just what he does. He just literally just is a god killer. Like he's awesome, dude. Everything about him.
Yeah.
And then you have what I mean, your stance on Kratos, how you like him. I mean,
Yeah. I love Kratos. I when I played 2018, I did not play that game for Kratos. I played that game for the relationship between Kratos and his son and just like to kill gods and have fun. Like I didn't play that game to get Kratos' story. I played the game to play God of War Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Um, but once Ragnarok came out, I the amount of development that Kratos goes through in Ragnarok and the DLC just is so resonant with me. It hits me in a special place. Someone who was hurt, went on a path of rage, destroying everything in his path because of the bad circumstances he went through, and then growing up, learning that all those things he did was super bad and regretting those things and trying to repay his like sins, trying to become a better person, and just like the fact he thinks for so long, he thinks for so many years that he's nothing but a monster, and then eventually he self actualizes and realizes that no, he's not just a monster. He is a monster. He was a monster, but now he is something more, something better, something that can make people hope. Dude, it fucking gets me, man. It
Yeah,
fucking
no,
gets me.
that's what I'm saying. The next games, he's definitely going to be. He's going to not be really just a merciless killer anymore. He's going to probably still kill gods for the sake of like bringing hope to the world. He's gonna do it in a because you can't take that aspect away from Kratos. That just it's you're just
Yeah,
gonna turn it into a pacifist game. I don't think the next game will be called God of Hope, but there will be some
no.
elements. They may change the name, but I highly doubt it. Um, but
I mean, I want the next game to be an
I would like an
Atreus game
Atreus
too.
game. I literally would
Yeah,
love to see. They gave us.
yeah,
I mean, his gameplay was made for his. He had gameplay for a reason, and not just for that game. There's a lot that they're going to do for him.
exactly. I mean,
Um,
look at Spider-Man. They did it.
yeah,
Like,
but I know they're gonna do. They're not gonna do so many spin-offs like Spider-Man 2. Like they're not gonna do like an Atreus game and then this game and like they're gonna
yeah,
do this probably as a one-off, and then for the rest of it's gonna be Kratos. Then and as playing as Atreus. But
yeah.
where would you put Atreus? Because I know you picked him, and
Um,
I don't. To me,
to me, he's an A.
okay,
To be honest,
because he's still
but
developing. He's still developing.
yeah,
He's a young lad, as Mimir would say. Um, he's still developing. Because like yeah, I liked
yeah,
his performance better in Ragnarok because he is more of he's a cocky hard ass teen. He's trying to. But
yeah.
that's Loki. He's the god of mischief. Because people were complaining like, oh, he's cocky. He's full of himself. I'm like, that's Loki, bro. He's he's supposed
Sure.
to lie. He's supposed to be cocky. He's supposed to think he's full of himself, and he has a big ego. That's Loki, bro. They're writing him great. Y'all are just complaining that
Yeah,
he's that way just because you don't like rebellious teenagers. I'm pretty sure Loki as a teenager was rebellious. And I
yeah,
understand like his character as a child was kind of hard to deal with because, when he learned he was a god, he was the most annoying character because no, that's how a kid will react, I think. When you find out that
yeah.
you're a
Especially
god,
how,
yeah,
yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
like he says, he literally
So
says
I
that
think his
exact
characters
thing.
are written really well, but he will still annoy me if I play 2018. I'm sorry, but that's just
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I don't think he's higher for me um just because he doesn't have as much like depth yet as people like Sephiroth and Kratos do to me. Like
right.
those two have like so many games like
They both
well,
have decades
Sephiroth,
of
but
depth.
yeah, exactly. Like whereas Atreus to me, he's still new. He's still something like new. But the thing I love about Atreus, especially in Ragnarok, is that he's a rebellious teen because on a like I relate to Kratos with like all of his things, thinking he's a like monster and everything like that. I relate to him with that. I had issues with that myself. But when I played Ragnarok, and I tell you, I related to Atreus more than anybody, bro. I'm telling you, because listen. I have a condition, right? I'm not whatever, but it makes me hate authority. It makes me hate my parents. It makes me want to resist, wants to be rebellious. So when I see someone like Atreus who's just being like rebellious and just all the decisions Atreus makes in that game. I feel like if I was in his position, I would make the exact same decisions. Like it just
Also,
makes
don't take
so
that
much
into
sense
account where
to
he
me.
means hate parents. Like he despises it's just authority, basically.
Yes, yeah, basically,
If I was
like
telling this man what to
teachers
do, he would hate my
and
guts
everything.
because I'm not his
Oh, I would.
authoritarian, but
Yeah. I definitely would. But no, like, yeah, I just love Atreus. I love his character. I love teenage characters. They're my favorite characters most of the time because teenagers are they're in this weird space where they want to gain autonomy, but their parents most of the time don't like fully let them have autonomy. But if you let teenagers have too much autonomy, then sometimes that can be bad too. So it's like this very precarious balance where they want autonomy, they also don't want autonomy. It's just like they're trying to figure out who they are in life. They're trying to figure out how to move forward in life, how to do things,
yeah,
and it's just like
he,
very difficult to navigate.
they're learning. Yeah, they're
Nice, like
learning things, and also he's learning a lot too. He's learning that he's a demigod and also frost
yeah,
giant, so he's learning what he can do. And it's like him developing his powers. It was like very scary. I mean, he killed a mother, a mother bear as a bear, and he just lost control, and it was very hard to deal with, and he just couldn't understand and everything. And now I think fully, I hope if he does have a game, he turns into more animals than he's supposed to, because he's supposed to turn into a lot. He
yes.
can do a bear, he can do a wolf. Um, I want to see
I
this man
wanted
as
to
a
turn
damn.
into his
I want to see him
son.
as a snake and a bird. Like, come on now.
Yeah. He used to be a snake, his son.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Don't know what if
Jormungandr.
they're going to go the route of him and Angerboda being a thing. They probably won't, but I mean, I'm not really worried about that. But
Yeah.
I would like a game, and I don't know what they would title it, but I think God of Mischief works. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of probably names I can think of, but
I don't know. I feel like they'll probably just like do God of War and then like Atreus
they
something
might.
like
But I
that.
mean, I feel like they might make it their own name to kind of like take away from that, because Atreus isn't the god of. I know he's the son, but
Yeah,
they might try something that'll definitely take away from it, because they've been using the name God of War for years now. Maybe they want a new
sure.
title. You know what I mean? But we
Yeah.
shall see that.
I just want an Atreus game. I
Oh
want
yeah, for
that
sure.
more than I want another game with Kratos. Like,
So we got another good one that is very, very praised. Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher, particularly the 3 rendering, the remastered. Well, you can take it home. What do we know about this guy
um,
here besides the Netflix shit?
um, to be fair, I think I'm maybe like 10% through the story of Witcher 3, but um, listen, he is like a very dynamic character. He has 3 games and all of them are really long, and it's an interesting thing cuz Geralt is like you make the choices in Witcher. So like technically you are kind of Geralt, but you aren't Geralt cuz Geralt's like his own character and he has his own like intentions and mission and like goals, but you have to like make certain choices on his path towards that. So it's like, how do you balance that? I think the Witcher does that really well with Geralt. I just don't know enough about Geralt, but what I've seen from Geralt, I do love him, and I do love like his character. He's just a Witcher. He's just trying to do his job. He's just trying to, in the third game at least, trying to find his daughter, follow in her footsteps, trying to figure out where she is. Um, but I would have to put it at a B for now
And a B for
because I
now.
haven't beat the game.
That's makes sense. You don't know much about him, so it's like, okay,
Yeah. All I
okay,
know he's a he gets some pussy. Sorry.
okay, okay. Thank you for telling me that. I will definitely put him now in a goat. No, I was kidding.
You're
Um,
gonna have to censor.
alrighty.
But
Anything else you have to say about girls?
nope.
All right. Next one we have on the list is my pick. We have Max Payne. Um, this is one of the characters that falls in with the tragedy characters slash revenge characters. His story is, you could say that it is on the same level, not on the same level, But in the same hindsight for Kratos, now he's not tricked into killing his family, but his family is murdered. He's a former police detective, and he is investigating this strange new street drug that is on the market all the way around. It's causing, it's high market, and he gets too close to uncovering the truth, and the people who make the drug find out who he is, and they kill his family and his infant child. Yeah, they go that far. And it's
Damn.
very gritty because it's an old PS2 game, so it's like, you know, the use of polygons back in the day. They were able to make that shit scarier than it was. Um, which is probably why the remasters haven't come out yet, because it'd be really hard to make that game this today. But I still hope the Remedy, please, I hope you grace us with a remastered trilogy and a remake of the Max Payne. Um, for his character, so like he then goes on a revenge killing spree against all the people who work under these people who created the drug. Um, his story, he's definitely not up there as like S, but I would say he's an A, just because of how badass the dude is. I don't know if you would make him higher than Geralt, but I know you still need to know more about Geralt. But I would make him low A under Atreus. Actually, I'd probably make him high, since Atreus is definitely still developing, as we say.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, there's going to be one instance where we see a full on God mode rage from Atreus, because we haven't seen that yet. He's had some in Ragnarok, but that doesn't count. I need to see complete. This man's on the brink of almost killing somebody, and we got Kratos has got to step in and stop his ass. But the revenge story,
I yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't want Kratos in Atreus' game, but
Well, no, I would say maybe someone steps in to stop him, like Angry Boda or something. I would expect her to be in the game.
I would too.
Since
I
they're
want her to
supposed
be.
to go on a journey together, but I think it's just going to be Atreus. But somebody's going to probably step in and stop him from going complete. Maybe Thrud, because remember Thrud is still out there.
Dude, Thrud, that's my love interest for Atreus. I don't know. I like Thrud more than I like Angerboda. Call me
True,
crazy.
true. No, I'm not going to call you crazy. You are crazy, but I'm not going to call you crazy. Um, but this was during the trope of like I said, God of War was doing it. The tragedy character revenge arc. I mean, this introduced bullet time, like the slowdown of like. There's probably more games before it, but this was where the PS2 era introduced bullet time, slowing down. This is the character, but I'm also still talking about the mechanics. But just of how badass he is to just go through and get his revenge, but the man's still in pain and everything. I enjoy that character. I love his games. It's not talked about enough as some of the Rockstar games are like, GTA, Bully, and all that. Those are good games too, but this one was like one of their best originals. So, and it's connected to Alan Wake. Alan Wake's pretty good too. So,
Wait, it's connected?
yeah. Well, you find out. I'd give a spoiler here, but it's a spoiler for Control. They pretty much connect the universes together.
Wait, so you're telling me Control, Max Payne, and Alan Wake are in the same universe?
Yeah, they're connected. Control even like
Damn.
tells you about it. Yeah, Control, they're all connected. For sure.
Crazy.
Yep. Yep. Now, next we have Chloe Price from Life is Strange.
Yes, sir. Now listen, I've never played Life is Strange.
What?
But I had. Okay, listen.
I wonder why
Calm
she's in this
down.
list.
Because I've watched the entire game play
Okay.
like multiple times. I know the story of Life is Strange, and I know the story of Chloe Price. At least in the first game, I'm pretty sure technically she's in like some other like DLC or prequel games, but whatever. I'm just going off the first game iteration here. Chloe Price is a tragic, like such relatable, like sad character, and just spoilers for Life is Strange. Like the fact that you should really play this game if you haven't, people. It's good. But no, like she's an S for me. I have to be honest, she's an S for me. Her character is so tragic. She's just a troubled teenager that has gone through so much that just has like bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happen to her. And at the end of the game, the saddest part about it is she's willing to accept her fate and die just for other people, even though her entire life she's not really cared that much about other people, other than well, no, she has cared about other people, but like for the past few years, she's tried not to care about anyone, but she has cared about someone. And anytime she cares about someone, that person dies. And like the whole premise of the game, major spoilers here, the whole premise is that basically the main character saves Chloe from dying, but saving Chloe from dying, preventing Chloe from dying, literally unravels the entire timeline and makes weird shit happen and makes like everybody else basically die except for Chloe in the entire like place where the game takes place. Basically, it's either Chloe lives or everybody else dies. So at the end of the game, you have to make the choice of letting Chloe die even after all the pain and all the suffering she has gone through, or you have to let or you make her survive and you have to let everybody else you basically know die.
The only thing I
It's
remember,
such a good
the only thing I remember about these games, dude, is like there'd be like people. I just watch TikToks of people making the wrong choices on purpose when they're trying
yeah.
to save her, and then she's just like, "What?" And then she just jumps off. I'm just like, I can't help but laugh because like they're just doing it on purpose. Like, why would you say that? And she just jumps. I'm just like, well, how, this game must be hard, bro. The choices and
It,
shit.
it's not actually that hard, but
No, I've seen it, and it's been around for a while, and I haven't really touched it. But I think maybe at some point I'll touch it.
it's such an emotional
I
story
also
because
love the
Chloe just
story based choose your own adventure or make your choice. I mean, Detroit Become Human. It's not on here, but that game was something else. It's still not
yeah.
talked about enough, but man, that game, I would love some sort of sequel or like another. I don't even know the company that made that game, but they need to make something else like that again. I need something like
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Next we have he's a goat. I'm sorry, he's a fucking
He is a
goat.
goat. He is a fucking
He's
goat.
the most overpowered character in Star Wars history.
Not true, but yeah.
Well, let's say video game history.
Also not true, but
Probably not. But the reason why he can't exist in any fiction is because he's so OP. Star Killer,
yes.
or Galen Merrick, as his real name is, but they don't really use his real name. But Star Killer, um, Kratos will still go above him because it's based on the I mean, this is a god. Come on now.
Yeah.
Uh, he he's just the definition of like too fucking powerful.
I mean,
They talk about him to this day,
what he
even
still
though,
loses.
huh?
He still loses to Darth Vader
He
at
still
one point.
loses. He is very
Uh,
gullible.
he's a lovesick
I
idiot,
mean, you
which
know
I love.
the meme. It's like I thought you were gonna help us. I lied, or something like that. It's the same kind of like
Yeah.
he's very
I played the first game like in 2024, I believe. For the
yeah, he's
first time.
very gullible, but he's very powerful. And I think two is where it fell off because like the two story is kind of weird. Um, but his character alone is like, I mean, the way you just slaughter down the Jedi, and he's just super OP for no reason at all. That's why he can't exist anywhere in fiction. I mean, he can, but it's like if you had him up against someone random, he'd annihilate all of them, and they'd make him probably more OP if there was live action or animation. But I think he's probably one of the best, besides one that we have down here, well written, like video game fucking Star Wars characters. I believe.
I agree. I love him, and you're just talking about his power and all this stupid shit, but no, he's a good, compelling character. Okay, his story is actually
Well,
very compelling. Like he's basically brainwashed, and then he falls in love, and then he tries to do the right
yeah,
thing,
well,
and then it doesn't matter. It's just like so good,
well,
bro.
yeah, because he was originally a Sith apprentice to Darth Vader, and then yeah, he backtracks and realizes like he's being played here, so now he takes it to the fight to the Empire and stuff like that. So there's consequences, obviously, and but
Also, what a bullshit game. I'm sorry, I just need to bring it up.
yeah, yeah, it's still fun.
So fucking hard, for no reason sometimes. I
Yeah.
was stuck on this like one level with this AT for so fucking long, bro. I genuinely lost my mind.
I know what you're talking
Anyway,
about. Yep.
yeah.
For its time, though, it was badass. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That shit was
I mean, I love the
badass.
QuickTime events. People who know me know I love QuickTime events, so that's why I love that game.
But and speaking of Star Wars, we have another. He's the recent Star Wars video game hero, Cal
The
Kestis.
Rizzler. Yes, sir.
Okay, you're right. Cal Kestis. In my opinion, dude's fucking. He's cracked. I mean, from seeing what he did in Survivor, he's right now the ultimate fucking. There's a lot of shit potential to him that he can just unleash in the next game. They're already working on it, and I think they're going for a 2026 release. But I haven't heard shit from them, and it's almost the end of 2025. So
I need to replay Survivor because I want to platinum it before
I want
the
to
next game
replay
comes out.
both. I missed the Star Wars damn
I already
sale
platinum
that was
Fallen
on. They were on
Order.
sale for like $5, and I missed it. I should have got it.
Damn.
Yeah, this guy. I could consider him a goat, but really, I think I would consider
I think
him
he's S
S.
tier. Yeah, I would put him S tier, top of S tier.
Yeah, because right now, like on the second game, he's proved himself, and spoilers, tapping into the Sith, fucking A, like that
The
early
thing is,
in.
I like him more than I like Starkiller.
Honestly, with how the development's been, yeah. But because of Starkiller's compelling story and the power, like I know the power is not the only thing I'm going to focus on, but because of that, it's like he spent 20 plus years under the influence of the dark side, and Cal really had to hide himself for years under the slaughter of the Jedi. So like Cal has that development, but he's still kind of developing. And I think the third one's going to show exactly his true power. A blend with the fucking Sith and the Jedi. And I really hope his story doesn't end with him dying. I really hope it doesn't. I hope he moves on because I hear them out there talking about like small talks of him showing up in live action, but I don't know about that. I don't really need that to happen, but he could because
I
he
think
loves.
I would unironically hate if he showed up in live action.
Yeah, he loves that character. He could do it, but I mean, but yeah, no. But yeah, top of S it would work. I know we got your dude down here, Mr. Shadow.
Yes, sir. When I think emo, when I think edgy, you know who I think of?
Shadow.
Shadow the Hedgehog, man. And you know what? This was the original. I feel like this is so many people's furry sexual awakening,
Right.
and I'm just gonna say
Knew
that.
you were gonna go there.
So I'm just saying, and also so many people's edginess awakening. I
Right.
know there's so many people who, after seeing Shadow when playing Sonic, go to school and decide to be the most edgy thing possible. And you know what? That's why he's the GOAT.
He is. He is. So he's going in GOAT. Where are we putting him at,
Yes,
though? But where are we putting him?
I'd put him above Starkiller.
No, I'm with you there.
Shadow's story is so fucking tragic, and he's just so edgy, and then he's also good, and he's so cool, and he's basically
Which is noticeable that we have 3 tragic characters in GOAT
all
tier.
revenge. Yeah, all about revenge, by the way. By the way, listen, I'm just saying, Shadow's revenge story is so good, bro. And then after he learns the truth, and then he does the right thing, bro. Oh my god, Shadow's so fucking goated, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next I have Nathan Drake. He's not really as complex, but he is a character that I used to enjoy. Well, I enjoy, but his story's completely done. But he is one of. It's crazy to say this, but one of Naughty Dog's last great characters. I understand now you can say a lot about Joel or Ellie from Last of Us. The Last of Us has been milked so damn much that I don't really care about Joel or Ellie anymore. But this was Naughty Dog's attempt at a different story after like Jack and Daxter and all of that. So they moved on to this character. He's pretty much just trying to inherit his family's fortune, be one of the greatest thieves of all time. I love his character work through all of the games, and he's just very fucking determined to damn get. I mean, the puzzles, everything about it, I enjoy it. Um, However, he's not really that high of a tier for me. I'd put him in B under Geralt, but probably because I know a lot about him more, I'd put him above Geralt.
Okay.
If you think about it, these two kind of work hand in hand. Honestly, not really. I'm not saying like they're both thieves, but like I think in the way they work off things and how their games are. But he would be he'd be B because he's a great character, but it's like he's not as tragedy as it goes up the line. So um
Yeah.
he's not really a throwaway character, but he was like a character I thought about. So, but I also think of him as like the last good character before The Last of Us started coming out and all of that. And I can't remember a single character now that like Naughty Dog's worked on before. So,
Yeah.
um, now we have another Final Fantasy because this guy is the Final Fantasy Glazer, Cloud.
Okay, I'm not even that big of a glazer,
Brother, you have
but
3 people from Final Fantasy in here alone. I
yeah,
think you
because
might
it's
be.
hard to think of 15 characters, man. Anyway,
Well,
um, again, haven't played the full game, can't say everything about Cloud's story, but what I will say is he's A for me,
all
and
right.
because Cloud is a great main character, A, A, A. Cloud is a great main character, and I just, I don't know, man. Like
He's got a
I
big
don't really know.
sword.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know. He tries. He's like, how do I explain this well?
He's got hair. He's got. I don't know how to explain him.
um, at the start, he's just a mercenary. He's just there trying to get paid, trying to make a living after leaving Soldier, after leaving the corrupt government and all this bullshit. And then he sees all these things these people are doing. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll help you. I'll go along begrudgingly. And he acts like so nonchalant. He acts so nonchalant, but you can tell he actually does care. And it's just so cool, man. And then he's in love. You don't know who he's in love with. And it's just so good, man. I love Cloud. I love Cloud.
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
I would put him below Atreus. So.
You put him below it? Okay. Okay, yeah, because it's kind of like this still the same par. Like, I don't know much about him yet. And then Detraeus is developing. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I have a good one. Speaking of Naughty Dog, Jack with a K. That's all his name is. From one of Naughty Dog's beloved series. This is from the Jack and Daxter games.
Naughty Dog's best game. I'll say it. Next best series.
Yeah. Besides,
Hot
like
take.
my version of an Uncharted, Jack and Daxter, like all these developers have a thing in common where they came from small platformers and they boosted up. I mean, we got Sucker Punch down here who also made, Tsushima and Yote. They also made Sly Cooper. We got Crash Bandicoot, Insomniac, who've now are developing Wolverine. It's like all these people have started somewhere and have gone crazy beyond. But Jack and Daxter, I do plan on playing these again. I don't know if I'll do a stream, but I do plan on playing these again. The 180 that the series takes a turn on from the first game to this one,
Yeah.
it shows Naughty Dog's potential of becoming serious in their games. Because the first game is your traditional platformer. I mean, he's saving the world against his enemies, and you learn about all the sage. Like it just you learn about just. It's really hard to even explain what Jack and Daxter's first story's about, but it's pretty much the world is about to be taken over by these dark makers and these two siblings who want to take over the world and corrupt the sages of the world with their dark what they call eco. You got light green eco, yellow eco, like all these sages. It's your traditional platformer. The story's hard to explain. But then you get into the second game and they add guns. They add guns. Jack can finally talk. Um it's more it's rated teen, so it's a little bit more, grittier. The open world is more expanded. And then the third one goes on from just, he's pretty much, they pretty much kind of say he's God. Like, they pretty much say he's the person you've been looking for the last two games. And he's the son of the person who shaped the world and put everything in together. That's the thing about his character that I like, is his lore is so built back. And you sit here and wonder, Naughty Dog, why are you only focused on zombie apocalypse right now? You can make shit like this.
Exactly.
And I don't know what Intergalactic is going to be about, but you can make shit like this, bro. And you're
Bring platformers back.
bring platformers
damn it.
back, bro. Like Astrobot should be the focal point to bring that shit back.
And Silksong. Look
And
at that.
Silksong,
Two
literally,
successful platformers in the last 2
yes,
years.
Astrobot literally is telling people, "Hey, we miss platformers, so we made our own." It's like, yeah, I get Nintendo still on that shit, but they're gonna keep doing that because they love it.
Ass platformers recently. I'll say it.
Yeah, Mario Wonder was not great. Doesn't look great. Nope.
Well, it was okay. It's not like it was good. You know what I mean? Silksong and Astrobot are really good. They're so good. And so is Jack and Daxter and Sly. Like, can we just
The thing about it is because how far his development goes, where it turns out that he is the one. Because the thing about Jack 2 is like there's a time loop that there's pretty much stuck in, and then the third one continues from that loop, and it pretty much shows that you are the creator, you are the one who built the city, you're the one who built everything, but this is you in the past, and you're becoming. It's a weird time loop. He came from the past to create the world in the future. He's S for me, bro.
yeah.
He's S. He's such a. I can put him probably. I can put him low. I mean, what would you think? In the middle here, or
I put him low.
it's just because like he is so interesting when it comes to like who he is as a person, and then you learn his development more in the third game, and then you're like, you find out his run up because there's a character in the game named Mar who pretty much has created everything. He built the city. He built the foundation. He pretty much is the ancestor of like the most like powerful ancestor of all of them all. And then you find out that like spoilers, sorry, but that's him. And you realize that also the Otzels, what Daxter turns into, the little, it's called an Otzel, that they are actually they're called the precursors, which is the gods of the universe. You find out that he became one of them, that they chose him to be a god. I'm just like, bro, the lore is crazy in that game. The lore is crazy in that game.
Yeah.
But now, back to when we were speaking of Sucker Punch, Jin Sakai.
And revenge characters.
And revenge
Jin
characters.
Sakai.
Jin Sakai.
I've just been looking at these. We have so many revenge
We have
characters.
so many revenge characters, bro.
It's crazy. Anyway, no, Jin Sakai. I mean, listen, I don't think there's a character that like pulls on like just being such a badass in my heartstrings like Jin Sakai does, because Jin Sakai does it in such a unique way to me, because he's going against all of his principles and his morals for the betterment of his people and the island. He's going against all these things. Spoilers, I guess. All these. Have you beat Tsushima?
I haven't played the full thing. Nope. I mean, you can kind of give a summary without telling me what he fully does or who he kills or what happens, but
Okay.
I have to play it, and I'll definitely play it at some point.
And just like the fact he has to go through so many different trials with so many people he knows, and has to face like different obstacles and so many tough decisions,
Mm-hmm.
and he has to do all this, like, oh dude, and he has to do it all for people, to save his island. He's a goat status for me. He is such a good character, and I like for every character we've put on this list so far, I don't think I think I've only cried at God of War and Kratos. This is one of the characters that I've cried quite a few times while
Mm,
playing the game.
okay.
Like Jin Sakai, he's honestly the top of Go for me. I think Jin Sakai is such a well written character, bro.
Damn, he beat
I think he
Sephiroth.
is
That's
so
crazy. I
well
mean,
written. Well, I think Kratos beat Sephiroth, but
oh, you want to swap?
yeah.
Ooh, okay. Okay. All right.
But yeah, Jin Sakai to me is just such a fucking incredible written character. I can't say much because I want you to play the game, but
Yeah.
damn. Yeah.
Okay. That gives me some suspense there because I played a good bit of the game. I just didn't get too far. I gotta
Yeah.
repair my PlayStation. I gotta fix that because I have so many games on there I can finish, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
Because I have it.
I
I have it.
think I'm gonna try to plat Ghost of Tsushima
Hell
a bit
yeah, dude.
later.
And then Plat Yote, bro. Like, holy shit.
Yes, sir.
Well, I got another that I believe is a goat. Arthur
True.
Morgan. This man, for just one game, from so much development that you could have. I mean, the dude starts off as a regular, criminal. He's a thief. I mean, he's everything in the book back in the old days. He's running with the Vanderlyn gang. Um, he's obviously the predecessor before start knowing who John Marston is in the other games. Um, he by far is also among one of my greatest, my best, my greatest, my favorite. I can't speak today. My favorite uh, single player characters. Even on Rockstar Bound, like I said, Max Payne is up there, but he goes from just being this guy who just trying to get by, needs money, they're all trying to get by. He comes off as a jerk and an asshole, and then in between, big spoilers, catches a disease, and then he starts learning that life. He wants to be a good person. He wants to try to be, but he's not a good person. He always says he's a bad person. He's not a good person. Um, and later, like, comes to terms where he's afraid of death because this disease is killing him. He's got tuberculosis, uh, something that was very very hard to treat back in the day. Um, top of 1800s, it wasn't really easy to treat because it was one of those diseases that like were hard to tell that you had. But he just goes through a lot of trials and tribulations, and then he realizes like the family that he had was not really family in the end. They only wanted one thing, and that was money and greed and power and all this and that. Um, he was always the voice of reason. He always tried to calm things down and always tried to be the good guy, but even though he'd still viewed himself as a bad guy. Um, he to me is a goat, but um, I'd throw him an S because he's like
Mhm.
on the level of these fuckers. Like
Yeah.
he's not there. He's definitely
He's
not there.
not?
He's a regular cowboy toting gunslinger, but
Really?
he
You
is
say he's on the level of them? I don't know.
no, because when it comes to so when it comes to Jin Sakai's story, like you got revenge people in here. He's not really on revenge. His development is what is awesome, and it kind of is on par with Cal Kestis's development.
Mm.
In a way because he does deal with like being with the Sith, and then him dealing with his troubles as being a Jedi, and a lot of things. They kind of like parallel in some ways, but he's in a world of criminals and bad people, but he's got a good heart. It's pretty much that.
Okay.
So I think he kind of is on par with S. I'd probably put him. I'd put him before Jack.
Well, I would put him above Cal.
You think?
I don't. Yeah.
Okay. It's just because like,
I don't know anything about him, but
well, because it's
I
just
mean,
like he's your regular gun toting, criminal, but it's like it was more of his story in the end, and like passing on like his wisdom to John Marston, who succeeds him, and then Red Dead Redemption 1. um it just his story's amazing, and his ending, even though it's sad, it's off to a good ending. So but
Alright.
Um, but now we
Wait,
have one
can
of the
we can
goats.
we can we move some things around really quick?
Okay.
I I feel like I don't know. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. I just feel like Sephiroth Shadow and Starkiller should be moved down to S.
Hmm. Okay. I think yeah, because I mean, by looking at him just being OP is not enough for me for being goat. Um. Yeah. Okay. So where would you put Sephiroth before?
I mean, I would just keep it like as it is in Go. I'd just move it to S. You know what I mean?
Okay, just like
So
this,
like,
kind of like bottom.
no top.
So like top of. Okay, I see what you mean. Like this, kind of like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because these two right here are like slam the floor.
Yeah. That's what, I was just like, I don't think they're on like Kratos and Jinsekai's level for me. You know what I mean?
these the.
Like,
I mean, now in a fighting match, this motherfucker would, if he wanted to, but on
yeah.
the level of the backstory, yeah, I get you, I get you, I get you. So, okay.
Yeah.
But now we have
Um,
another
Yet
goat.
another revenge character. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Take it home.
Yeah, so Talion, kind of an obscure game somehow, even though it's about Lord of the Rings, but Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of Earth, his story through both those games is so good, man. Because it's very simple, you know. Sauron kills his wife and son, and then he tries to get revenge for the next two games. Very simple. I mean, makes
Very
sense, right?
simple.
Like
Yes.
he goes through a lot of things. Not, I mean, kind of. He fights a lot of people. He kills a lot of orcs. He kills a lot of people. He eventually fights. He fights Sauron in both the games. First game. Wait, does he fight Sauron in the first game? I think so. Or does he fight the Black Hand? I don't know. I forget. But I'm pretty sure. I know he fights Sauron in the second game. But the most tragic part of actually, no, he doesn't fight Sauron in the second game. I'm lying to you. He fights Sauron in the first game, I'm pretty sure, and he loses. He just straight up loses.
Damn.
Thing is, he can't die because he has the ring. So anytime he dies, he gets revived. That's how they explain it because of like his soul. Because when his son and his wife died, he was also like his throat was also slit and he was like bleeding out, just about to die. But then he got the power of the ring, and that's how he was able to stay alive. So as long as he has the ring or Celebrimbor inside him, the elf spirit that lives inside him that created the rings in the game's lore, as long as he has him, he can stay alive. But if he loses them, he's not immortal anymore. But he just like dies. If he dies and then he gets revived. That's how it works with the ring and everything like that. So he's like, it makes sense as to how he can like lose and still come back. Because as long as he has the ring or the spirit, he's fine, right? So it's actually a great way to explain dying in a video game, and like the whole nemesis system in the actual game and everything is a great, great, great. But as a character, he is like he goes through this thing where it's just tragic throughout the entire thing. He does not win. He never wins. He never ever wins. He always loses to Sauron and the orcs and everything. Because at the end of the day, and the Nazgul, because they just keep coming back. They have so many forces. No matter how badass Talion is, cutting through multiple of them, doing all this shit, it just always ends in tragedy for him. Because eventually he literally gets betrayed by the elf spirit that he's been working with for like years. And he just gets betrayed and then he starts bleeding out. But guess
Damn.
what? There was a ring from a Nazgul there. The Nazgul are like 9 corrupt kings that had the rings originally, and now they just work for the Witch King. So he was like, fuck it, I'll take this ring. So he takes the ring, and then for like years, like endless amounts of years, it is said, it's not like specified how many years, he fights against the orcs by himself after the spirit that was in him gets absorbed by Sauron after losing to Sauron. So he just fights by himself for so long using orcs to try to fight back against Sauron, but eventually he still gets corrupted by his ring and becomes one of the 9 Nazgul. He becomes one of the 9. He gives into corruption, and he just has a sad story. He never gets revenge He never actually really does anything, never really saves anyone because they all die eventually at some point, probably after he gets consumed. And like his entire story basically means nothing because it's just tragedy after tragedy. He never wins. And finally, once Frodo destroys the ring and ends Sauron, he finally dies after like hundreds of years of being in constant pain and fighting and never dying. He finally dies and gets to see his family in the afterlife, bro. It's
That's peak,
so
bro.
peak.
That's
It's
peak.
peak. I mean, it's like it's probably my favorite game of all time. So GOAT status.
Goat.
I,
Goat.
I'm I'm willing to put him below the other two, but damn, bro, I fucking love Talion, man.
Put him below the other two?
Yeah,
So B tier
I
or
mean, I
A?
think no goat,
Oh, goat.
goat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah. All right. I
yeah.
mean,
I
hell, you told
just
me some things that were very, very foreign to me because I've never played the game, so I don't know any of the stuff. But that shit sounds like really fun.
I just love that he doesn't win. He just doesn't win. Like I just find that so funny. He faces tragedy throughout his entire like hundreds of years of living. Just tragedy. I just find that so fucking good because it's like, yeah, and then eventually, once a random hobbit destroys the ring, he is free and able to die. It's just so good, bro.
What a good send off.
So good. Yeah.
Well, of course, one of my goats, but he's a monkey. We have Sun Wukong. Now, I am under the impression that I have to finish this game and well, possibly gonna be restarting it because I got it on PC recently. Um this is not Wukong, this is the chosen one because um if you know the story or of how Wukong goes, the first intro cutscene, which it's not really a big spoiler, but he loses a fight and he is pretty much encapsulated in this giant unbreakable dome. Um, so they believe he's deceased, but they also believe that one day he's going to come back. Um, and then they need a new Monkey King. So you play as the chosen one, and you're pretty much fighting. There's so many boss fights in this game, but his character is pretty simple. It's not like as memorable as you'd think. He's a monkey with a staff, and he's got all these inherited powers, but he's trying to pretty much be the successor. Uh, but there's not too crazy about him. Um, I'd probably put him at top of A because I still need to know more about him. Um, if it was Wukong himself, yes, I would put Wukong up there because, well, he's the Monkey King and he's a god. But I'd put him at top of A just because I still need to know more about him. And he's great in combat. He's very strong, but there's still more that I need to know about him. But he's one of my favorite characters currently, and I got to finish it because there's another Black Myth game coming out soon. So, yes, he's really that. I think that's where he belongs, in my opinion.
All right.
And what do we got here? We have Madeline from Celeste, the game you beat in a day.
True. I beat it in
Wow,
6 hours, I think.
good lord, that's probably how long.
Just the main story.
Yeah, that's how long the story is. So,
Main story. There's like extra
what you
story
want to
updates
tell
I
us
can
about
go.
Madeline?
Um. Okay. This I was emotional. I think I cried during the ending.
Damn.
Um, but it's really just a story about a person who is dealing with stress, anxiety, and I'm pretty sure grief. It's like a self-climbing journey to help the stress, to figure out who she is. And yeah, I just like it. I don't think it's like anything like mind-blowing, but I like her character and I think it's good. I would put it personally below Atreus.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. So here we have one of my picks, Agent 47. I'm a big Hitman Glazer, which is crazy.
True.
Now, the thing about him It's mainly his World of Assassination version because they give him some humanization later on. For the most part, he is a brainwashed, mindless killer who has a mission to take out targets that, are appropriate to take out, that are big threats to the world. But eventually, by the second game, there's character development because he's freed from that brainwashing by someone he grew up with in the same mental institution that experimented on him. Um, so he finally gets character and humanization, and they pretty much fight against the people who are in control of everything. I love his development, so that's why he's in here. Because if I had like the old Hitman games where you really just killed without mercy because you had a mission to do, that's what the old games were. And then another sandbox game is not really, you literally, it's just a walking open world killing game. You can do whatever you want, kill them however you want. It's not even about the gameplay and the mechanics, it's about the character. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but like the third game gave him a really good ending that it looks like he's going to go try to live a normal life. But him going from just this merciless killer who's brainwashed to having an actual connection to the person who he grew up with, um, it's pretty much just Hitman with hair. He looks like it. You can tell he's kind of modeled off of him, but
Ah, okay.
he's a cool character, and it just how he goes from that because they didn't like there was one game, it's Hitman Absolution. It's one of the IO Interactive's like lowest point of game because there's too much human connection, they say, with Hitman in that game. But this one does it better. And I just like it that they managed to do that. Um but he still is probably a B level character for me because the fact that he's really just he is probably one of the greatest assassins in his game, but he's really just a killer. So it's like you can't say much about him. He is not really getting revenge. He's not getting revenge. He doesn't really have he does have a tragic backstory, but he not necessarily he still kills people he needs to kill. He's a contract killer. So I'd put him low B, to be honest. Because these
Mm,
two,
okay.
well, maybe because of maybe middle. I mean, I think Geralt still has something more appealing to him than like you just tell me if you told me about you know Hitman. Oh, he kills people because he's hired to. So low B's
Okay.
probably where I'd put him at.
Okay.
Uh, do we even have to say it? We got two goats right here. We have two goats right
Yeah,
here.
well, it's basically a pair.
It's
I
basically a
mean, one.
pair. Like now, who do you think is above? Do you think they're both?
I mean, I like Sub Zero more, but that's just me.
I mean, honestly, like he, because they're the yin and the yang
I
of
like
each other,
how
bro.
I
Because
like how you use the MK11 Scorpion render and then the MK1 Sub
well, I
Zero
think this
render.
is X. Well, the
What?
reason why I just grabbed one, but overall it's Sub Zero. I have the
I
thing
was
about
like,
Sub Zero from MK1, that's the Bihan version that eventually
yeah.
becomes Noob Saibot. Um,
Mhm.
not the predecessor, the successor, but this is the one where these are the actual brothers.
Yeah.
Because I believe the second Sub Zero is not related at all to Scorpion, which is why the
Mm.
Scorpion is. Am I correct on that?
Do you want me to go into a quick
You
deep
can
dive
go to
of
a
it?
quick detail. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay. In MK1, Kuai Liang is Scorpion, but in the original timeline, Kuai Liang is the second Sub Zero, Bihan is Noob Saibot,
Okay.
and the first Sub Zero. So Bihan is um the first Sub Zero. I'll just start from the beginning. Bihan is the first Sub Zero. He is just a person who's hired to do stuff. Scorpion assumes he's the one who killed his old clan or whatever, whatever. Not true. It was Quan Chi. But yeah, basically Sub Zero is just he works for the what's the clan called?
Lin Kuei.
There you go. Thank you. He works for the Lin Kuei, and then he gets turned into Noob Saibot. Then Kuai Liang takes over, and Kuai Liang is Bihan's younger brother. I'm pretty sure. Um,
So then the original
but
timeline,
Quailian
Bihan,
is Sub-Zero in the original
but in the
timeline,
original
whereas in
timeline
Marvel,
they're not brothers. They're just rivals.
I
Correct.
think they are brothers in the original timeline.
Scorpion,
Quailian and no, Scorpion is not. That's Hanzo. That's
right.
Hanzo. That's Hanzo in the original timeline. He's not related to Sub-Zero in any way. But Kuai Liang and Bi-Han, both the Sub-Zeros of the original timeline, are brothers. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So MK1 they reset it and just made Scorpion and Sub-Zero brothers.
Yes, and they made Scorpion Kuai Liang
Yes.
instead of Hanzo.
So that's where
And
the confusion gets me. Okay.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure in Scorpion's tower ending in MK1, you see Hanzo like training under him as part of the Shirai Ryu. So I don't know who they're going to make Hanzo. I know there's theories about like who they're gonna make Hanzo in this timeline, but whatever. I don't really care anymore, bro.
No,
Mortal Kombat
MK1
pissed me
fell
off.
off, bro. It's done.
But
It's over. Sorry. Sorry, not
MK1
sorry.
pissed me off with its DLC in the fact I love New Cybot. New Cybot is one of my favorite characters because it is Bihan and Sub Zero. But dude, I hate that they literally my entire issue with MK1 is they reset the timeline and they actually didn't. It's like either fully commit
Yeah.
or don't do it.
Yeah, it's like
You know what I mean?
why not just erase Quan Chi and Shang Tsung from existence and just oh yeah, I can make him poor and a beggar, but he's
Well, my
still
issue it's just that there's so many different timelines, so it doesn't really matter anyway. And also, like, I hate that they reset it and then they didn't reset it. They barely changed anything about most of the characters. It's
yeah.
just like, yeah,
I think Liu Kang just wanted to make himself a god. That's it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, now we have Ratchet and
Well, we
Clank.
didn't talk about why we like the characters.
I did say, well, they're just badass. You already know them. You ain't got to say much about these characters, bro.
Well, I love their stories though.
They're well, yeah. Well, I mean, you pretty
There's no
much
threat.
told the story of Sub Zero,
I mean, yeah.
but I mean, like overall, they're just badass to me. And they've always
Sure.
been the goat, and they are. I believe they should always and forever be the covers of the MK games, bro.
I agree.
Well, Liu Kang is up there as
Big
well,
compliment.
but I mean,
Luke Kang, yeah. It's those three though. I don't think it should be anyone else. Johnny Cage, I guess you could argue, but I don't think Johnny Cage.
he
has any
came in
better
very,
character.
very well to be a centerpiece. He was very much later, but I mean, him, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Raiden, like all of those guys, like those are the big five. Like I think.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would accept Kun Lao or Raiden on the cover of a game.
No, because without you can't have Kung Lao and not have like Liu Kang or Raiden there. So, but Raiden doesn't need to be on one really at all. No, it's always going to
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
be. It would always be like if they make the next one, it's probably going to be like Scorpion or probably Sub Zero. It's never going to
Yeah.
be Kung Lao just by himself, unless it's a game about just him, like the old game, the Shaolin Monks, which is about both of them.
Dude,
They're on this.
we should play that.
That's a good game. That's a really good game. It's hard, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Um, So, Ratchet and Clank. Now, this is both characters, but it's mainly on the cusp of each character's. It's a backstory that's still going, which has been going for the better half of more than a decade. It's both characters because I believe like he made a reference like Banjo Kazooie duo that's inseparable. It's the same thing with Jack and Daxter, but this one really covered Jack more. But this is an inseparable duo who's been around forever, whose backstory is still going because the dude is still trying to find his family, his original race, and I think that's what the second one is going into. Rift Apart sequel, which is not going to show up for another many years
5
because
years.
Insomniac is right now they're focused on Marvel content, so it's going to be a while. But this is probably one of my favorite because this is a platformer that's not really traditional. It's its own thing. It really was its own thing. It really like when they moved on from Spyro and Crash, this was like their original platformer that had no connection to like Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. Like it was their own kind of thing, which I enjoyed. First game is difficult as fuck, but Um,
Yeah.
these two will be always references. This will always be the baby of Insomniac. Like, yeah, you got Crash and we got Spyro, but for this is their baby, and I'd say they're S and above Jack because they kind of go hand in hand.
I
Because
agree. Yeah.
Jack came after, like later on, like Naughty Dog. I'm getting it wrong. Insomniac didn't make one of these. I'm pretty sure Insomniac.
Insomniac didn't.
I think
I don't think they
Insomniac
made
did no.
either.
Insomniac did Spyro. I think Naughty Dog is who did Crash.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it's
sure.
backwards. It's
I'm
backwards.
I'm an extra check.
Yeah, it's. I think it's Naughty Dog. Insomniac did Spyro. They just combined the universes, kind of.
Crash is Naughty Dog.
Yes.
Who
Okay.
does Spyro?
So it's like they banked off of that, and then Insomniac. It's kind of like Naughty Dog, Insomniac, and all them were kind of like hand in hand on the platformers right there. Like kind of like
Spyro is not made by Insomniac.
was it Activision?
Yeah.
Okay. I always thought it
Wait,
was.
no. It was by
It was
Insomniac.
originally Insomniac, and then Activision picked it up, and
Yes.
yeah. So like yeah, it kind of got picked up a little bit afterwards.
Wait, no. It was Insomniac for the first game. First two games, I think. Then it was Equinox, then Check Six, then Eurocom, then Chrome Studios, then
Yeah, those
Astronges,
games
and Toys
afterwards were
for Bob.
failed. Yeah, it's like yeah,
Yeah.
Insomniac is a blueprint for the first two, and Naughty Dog did all three Crashes, I think, and then they had different developers afterwards. Because what they say is the original Crash 4, which is the Wrath of Cortex, is the worst one. That's why we got the real Crash 4 like a couple of years ago. Um,
Mhm.
which is a great game. I'm still trying to platinum that damn thing. Well, not platinum it, but get everything in completion. Um, but
Oh,
that's
I
where I
know.
think it would go because it kind of is up there with
Yeah,
Jack and Daxter.
I
Those two
agree.
were going hand in hand those years. But
Yeah.
here's one of our here's one of the best written characters, I believe, Edward Kenway from Black Flag.
Now listen, if this was just my list, he would be the very top. But it's a shared list, so I want to know where you think he should go.
See, I'm trying to remember him very well because I remember I told you I played a good share of Assassin's Creed games. Because I
Mhm.
played the Ezio trilogy, but I think I played Revelations, which has Ezio. But I enjoyed Black Flag a lot, not just because it's pirates, but I did enjoy his character a lot. It's hard to remember him because it was so many years ago. I was just playing it to try it, and I was like, dude, I love pirates. I'm like, there you got a pirate game. So I played it and I enjoyed it a lot. So maybe that was like mainly gameplay, but I do remember parts of his character that were like really good
He's
as
a
of being a
badass
main
too.
character for. Let's say this from my perspective, I liked him more than Ezio, which probably people would look at me and be like, "Bro, Ezio is a goat." But
No, he's better than Ezio, and I'll fight everybody
then
on
I can
this.
say, I mean, then I can say that I did enjoy him better than Ezio. I will say
Most
that.
people will disagree with us, but they're wrong. So
Yeah, but from playing both characters, like I enjoyed him over Ezio than anything. So, um, I don't know where we would rank him though, because he's already better than Ezio for me. So I know he's higher, but it's mainly on where you think he stands here. Because I'm trying to, because I can tell
again,
he's a great
he would
character.
be he would be the top of this list for me if it was just
I know
us.
that,
That's why I
but
need
like
your opinion.
I would still give you the top, but I'm trying to figure out like where he would go. Is he goat status? Is he?
I think he's easily GOAT status. He's
So
awesome.
would you put him like kind of next to him a bit?
I would put him above him.
Above where?
I would put him at the very top. That's what I'm saying. That's why I need you to
I
like
mean, I
fight
can
with me
take
on
that.
it.
I mean, honestly, oh, his
Okay.
head's cut off. We didn't even get the full thing.
Yeah, because I know it's not like this is not objective from me. I know
No,
technically the three characters behind him are definitely better written, but dude, if there's a character I love
I
more
mean,
than
it's like,
anything, it's fucking Edward
I
Kenway,
mean, he's got
bro.
a very sad backstory. He's got a sad story through, and he's, I mean, one of the best pirates. You got a revenge story here that's sad, and then you got a god killer who's too angry to die. So it's like, yeah. And then what you've mainly said about Talion. So and then the two badasses right here. So I mean,
Yeah.
I won't. I'm not. It's not going to hurt me if he's above all that. If it
Okay.
was just my list, this guy right here is the one kicking all their asses. But that's because I don't know
Yeah.
much about him, and it's been years since I played Black Flag. So,
Okay. That's why you need to watch the
but I will
series.
watch this thing. I will watch this thing at some point. Yes, I promise you.
Or watching it after we record this pod.
Fine,
Anyway.
fine, okay. We got Doomslayer. There isn't really much to say about him, but recently he's gotten a good bit of character development. Playing the Dark Ages, it shows you what he used to be before, because people think that all he is a mindless demon killer, but he's not. However, in the Dark Ages, he was a mindless demon killer because he was controlled um, under the people who sent him into battle to take down these demons. But he eventually removes that. Spoilers. It's a really good game. I recommend it. It's a really good game. Probably the one Doom game that I played all the way through. I think I got to play the others all the way through too. It's been a minute, but um, it pretty much just describes how he became who he was, and how long he's been around. It pretty much tells you how old he is, because he's been around for thousands of years, like probably
Yeah.
500 to 1,000, and the Dark Ages prove that. But really, he is one of those traditional FPS shoot 'em up guys, shooty bang bang guys. So I mean, uh, he still is a top killer, and I'd put him probably, in my opinion, he could go an S, but honestly, I wouldn't mind an A. But if you look at A's
Um,
level, he's a little bit more different than them.
yeah.
And if he was
I
an
can.
S, I'd probably put him. I'd put that man above Arthur Morgan. I don't even know. I probably would put him above Starkiller.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, Shadow's still a goat. Like, come on, like he's still
Yeah.
a little bit more powerful than this guy. So I mean,
True. True.
uh, so that's where I think he should go. So,
All right.
and we have Hornet from Hollow Knight
Ja!
6 on.
Hidare! Yabara!
Yes, what he said.
Um,
I don't know much about Hornet, but I know you've
that
had
that's
your
my
fair
that's
share.
my explanation of Hornet. That is
Okay,
my
were
explanation
you
of Hornet.
saying goat?
Ja! Hidare!
Does that mean goat?
Oh no, I would. Okay, real talk here.
Don't tell me too much about this character because I haven't finished Hollow Knight.
Yeah, no, I won't. I'm just trying to figure out where I actually.
All I know
want
is
her
she's
on
a
this.
boss in Hollow Knight, but she's not a
Okay,
bad person.
go up to the tier list. I need to look at where she goes.
Okay. Right.
Uh, uh,
Man, this doesn't help your decision.
This is actually really fucking hard. Uh, below Cal Kestis.
Okay.
I had a lot of things running in my mind. I'm not going to explain it. Just deal with it. Sure.
Okay. 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 All right. Moving on from that. We have Sly Cooper. He wasn't going to be a pick at first, but then I realized his backstory is very, very goaded.
S
S.
or Goat.
Well, he's not. He can't go. He's not going above Sephiroth, so he's not going to go. No, I probably. What's funny is these Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter were my picks. This would be those. This would be like my level of like playing in games, like Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, and then Jak on the back burner. I mean, Jak is still. That's not saying he's bad. And then if you had Crash there, Crash would go there. But in terms of these guys who were viewed for the most part as the PlayStation mascots for a while. Um, he's here because, like, personally, some people wouldn't put him in S because, like, oh, we don't know much about him, or these are platformers. They took the concept and the stereotype of raccoons being, little thieves. They took that concept and they made a whole ancestral bloodline for this dude. That he comes from a long line of master thieves who are he's trying to inherit his family's fortune. He has these two best friends who go on the first game is him getting revenge on his parents being murdered. For a kid game, by the way. Parents get murdered, they steal the pages of their ancestral book. Um and he pretty much is going through all the bosses to get them back. And then the second game, the boss from the first game makes a return, but not really. But they try to rebuild him, and that is an ancestral being that killed his family, who's like in the background of all his family's photos, just stalking them. It's an ancient enemy, and he has to stop them from getting, rebuilt in the second one, which obviously fails, but it's not really the same. And then the third one is pretty much him trying to hunt down or trying to recruit teams of thieves to go and help him steal back his family's fortune. It's a whole different level of hey, he's just a thief who can easily pickpocket people. He has a whole freaking bloodline and a whole backstory that's the craziest writing I've seen from Sucker Punch is why you see that Sucker Punch was able to make Tsushima and Yote because they already had backstories like this for a kid's game. Like,
Yep.
the writing in all three of these games combined, bro, that they managed to do. It's amazing. Like, bring platformers back. Like, I'm telling you.
Please, man.
These aren't just
Okay, now,
platformers. It ain't just like Mario where it's like, oh, like, I'm not hating on Mario, but like, the theme has always been he stole the princess, go save the princess. And then, Odyssey changed it up a bit, but it's like, go save the princess, defeat Bowser, go save the princess, defeat Bowser. It's the same thing with Crash Bandicoot. I mean, his sister's not really introduced until the third game, but the first game, what's her name? Tawna is the damsel in distress. Go save her from Cortex. It's a parallel of Mario. And it's the same shit each game, even though, you're fighting the same boss. But these right here, they're not the same. They all have complex stories differently. And these are three successful developers right now. It's just peak. Bring them back.
And adding to those three,
Spyro. Hell, I'd put him in S, bro. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, like,
Boom.
he's also one of those platformers. Like, the thing is,
Would you think that'd be?
We have had platformers recently, but like they're all the recent platformers that have been received like really well, most of the time, they're indie platformers.
Yeah.
But like in the past like 8 years. But finally we got Astrobot, which is a AAA platformer, and then the other one that was received well was the Spyro Reignited trilogy, but that was AAA. But like
Crash
the AAA
Reignited
platform,
Yeah.
yeah, and also Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. But like we need to bring back AAA studios making new platformers and just like making platformers, bro. I want stuff. I want some new stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want some new
It's
stuff.
like these four studios, like, I know like Insomniac started on these first two, but then it went to Activision. But Activision then started developing. I mean, they were developing CODs before that, but like, we're not going to really talk much about Activision. But like, these four games were built by three of the best studios right now. Like, I know we have our thing about Naughty Dog and Last of Us, but like Uncharted and then you got Sucker Punch doing Infamous, and then Insomniac's IP record versus all of them is a little bit better because they had Homefront, they had Sunset Overdrive, Resistance, so many damn things, bro.
Wolverine now.
Now Wolverine and Spider-Man. I don't know about the Venom game that's still rumored. I don't really care, but still, their track record is insane. And it all started here. All these, they started somewhere because like Sucker Punch had some games before Sly, but Sly is kind of what took them up a bit. Me personally, because like back in the day, I couldn't really tell. Not many people were talking about Sly Cooper. Now they are. because like I thought I like was like of the minority who played this game and stuff. Because there was some people my age trying to play these older games like GTA. I mean, I'm one of them, but like they weren't caring about these little kiddie games. They wanted what their dads were playing or what their uncles were playing, like God of War. Like I was introduced to God of War around the same time I'm introduced around GTA. I shouldn't be seeing this shit as a kid, you know, but I did. That was our generation because there weren't really that many limitations like they are now. So now some kids are finding out about these games and stuff. You know, they're able to. So these right here were the freaking blueprint, bro, to what we have now. Because of Sucker Punch, we got Tsushima. Like that's where they start, and then they begin to get out of that little platformer stint. But now it's like we're getting to the part where we're like, we want these platformers to come back. I want Ratchet and Clank to come back. I want a proper Jack and Daxter sequel to Part 3 because The Lost Frontier is ass. You know, I feel like Spyro's kind of done with what he's doing, and so is, you know, Crash Bandicoot apparently is dead, is what I'm hearing. There's not going to be anything after 4 because Crash Team Rumble,
Oh, yeah.
God. Um, they instead of doing a Crash 5, they decided to make a whole multiplayer beat 'em up game that I think the servers are down now. And then Rift Apart, like it's not going to get it. It's not supposed to get a sequel until like 2029 if the roadmap is the same for Insomniac.
Mm-hmm.
And Sly Cooper, Sinzaro killed it. They killed it on
Yeah.
Sly 4, so it's probably dead in the water. But these developers still know and care about them, so that's what I love. But
Sure.
yeah, PlayStation's not all about cinematic movies, bro. Look at this shit, bro.
Yeah.
People shit
Sorry,
on Sony too much.
You just gave me a weird thought. I was just thinking about this when you were like saying that. I was like, huh, you know what? If I ever had a kid, I think I would not allow them. I would force them to watch movies and TV shows from starting from like the 1990s, and then I would work them up to the
Work them
modern
up and
day.
show them how bad it got, and you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and with like video games and stuff, I'd be like, "Hey, you're sitting down and you're playing Spyro and you're playing fucking
We're playing
Sly before you
Spyro.
play."
We're playing the original Spyro. You have to deal with the bad controls just like I did
Exactly.
on a GameCube controller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are pretty much where those need to go. Those are S
Yeah.
ranks. I don't care what anyone says. Those are the original fucking. I'm not gonna put them in the goats because those up there are actual goats, but these are the
Yeah.
original goats, bro. The blueprints of Sony
True.
indie platformers. I mean, they're on Xbox now, but like Sony platforming everything, bro. They had so much character and so much damn. I feel like in a way Sony's trying its
Kind of
best.
strange how many of these Sony worked on actually.
Yeah, and I hate that they don't want them because I think they're trying to mature with their audience, and I'm like, yeah, but the audience wants that old shit, you know. So
Nostalgia works, man.
it
It
works, bro.
fucking
It'll sell
works.
too, bro. You tell me right now, like, oh yeah, we got a. By the way, we're making a Spyro 5 out of nowhere. I'm buying
Oh,
that shit.
same.
A Spyro 4 or like they make a new like they do with like they did with like Crash Bandicoot. Like, here's the real Spyro 4, you know, what we
Yeah.
wanted to do, and it's like, oh shit. But that is a dream. So,
True.
speaking of something in my dreams, Stellar Blade. So, like, you really can't see it, but it's Eve. Her. I love how the image got cut off. It just has to show a certain part of her body. Stellar Blade, Eve. So there's reasons I chose this character, guys. It's not really what you think.
Yeah, we need to get when you're getting images for this, guys, you got to get facial images.
Yeah, because like Edward Kenway's cut
You
off,
gotta get facial.
and so is Eve. So all you see is her curves. Anyway, don't worry about it. Don't look at it. So,
Yeah.
I chose her because recently she's probably one of the best, depending on how people feel about the character from Yote, one of the female-led characters. Some people kind of view her as like a mindless drone, which is kind of accurate because she has a purpose, but she's very strong. She's badass. Uh, she has the craziest potential of the remaining, angels of the colony in the game. For people who don't know, she was designed by the colony by Mother Sphere, which is a a high intelligent being on their Earth. They were designed to protect the world from enemies, alien, any kind of races of that are like threatening. Which she pretty much does, but she's the last of her kind, or so they say. I'm not going to spoil this full game, but like her development over time, learning who she is, learning the world, figuring things out. She's not this robot that people perceive her to be, even though she is like, an android slash robot. But uh, I just like how strong she is and how they're able to make a character not be too girl bossy because like she's not really programmed to be that way. But um, just overall, she's become one of my favorite characters, and I'm playing through the game again, and um, I'd put her an A, probably right like above Wukong, because they're kind of on the same par with that kind of thing. Because these dudes right here are surpassing her. I'm sorry, these dudes are surpassing her. I think high A works for her,
Okay,
in my opinion. But
I'm fine with that.
now we have
I honestly thought it was a bit
Itachi
low,
Uchiha.
but
I'm kidding.
no, this is Vincent, and I don't remember his last name, and he's in C. But listen, he's not in C because I don't like Vincent. I love Vincent. He's my favorite Final Fantasy character. I just don't actually know anything about Vincent.
It's just so quick. He's
I
in C, but listen.
it's just because listen, in fuck, I hate how they say that all the time. In the second remake game, which I finished, you literally just meet Vincent like right near the end of the game, so you don't get like you don't really know anything about Vincent. So you're just like I don't know anything about Vincent, but his look and the way he talks and the very few things I do know about him, he's definitely my favorite Final Fantasy character. But just because I don't know enough about him, I have to put him in like C. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but he has potential.
Has potential.
So,
Okay. My last pick, I have Clementine from the Walking Dead Telltale series. I've been saying this as much as I can be. This is what I believe is what The Last of Us was trying to portray Ellie as. Um, this girl has seen it all. I mean, she throughout the 4 games, like learned how to be out on her own. Went through so much shit. People almost killing her because they thought she was bitten. She lost her, mostly I would say she looked up to as maybe a big brother, but also kind of father figure like Lee from the first game, to being on her own in the third game, and then completely being on her own in the fourth game because she's taking care of a child. Her whole story is just sad, but it's also memorable. I played through all those 4 games, dude. There's been times where I've cried because I never fully played through these games. I think I remember playing all the way through the first one when I was younger, and then I never finished them. But I went through blind. I didn't look up any spoilers. I didn't look up nothing. And like, I've cried through most of her stories because she struggled so damn much in this world, losing her parents, losing her father figure, losing everyone around her pretty much. It's one of the most tragic stories in zombie games that I've ever seen. Probably more tragic than Ellie's. As someone who hasn't finished The Last of Us and probably won't. Not to hate, but it's just like I don't have the interest. But I believe her story, just everything that she did for people and would put herself before everyone, or no, behind everyone and put them first before her. She's a goat to me. You can argue now she's a goat to me, but you can argue because I know Sephiroth is here. But I mean, she's kind of a goat to me. I don't know.
I'm fine with that.
She
I,
did I mean, like, just everything that she did to stay alive,
mean,
survive, take care of the kid that she has in the not it's not her kid, but she takes care of a baby that she saves in the third one. Well, the
I say
second
put her
one.
above the MK boys.
Oh,
I say put her above the MK boys.
really? I mean,
Yeah.
they're badass fighters, but dude, she's the badass survivor. Like her story, that whole game is about her. Even if you go into like the third game where it's mainly about this other family, she does eventually show up, and it becomes her story. It's always been her story. So
Yeah.
and now the final person from Hades.
I really don't want to say basically anything about Zagreus because I want you to play Hades.
Yeah.
Like really bad. I want you to play Hades.
Okay.
Like
Yes.
really badly.
Okay.
Like as badly as I want you to play Expedition 33 and watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Like you
Right.
need to do these things.
Right.
Anyway, if you want to continue being my friend, you need to do these.
Damn, dude. Okay.
But,
As long as you want to be my friend, you have to do everything I say.
but without spoiling, I think, shit, I really don't want to tell you anything. Okay, wait. I love Zagreus and his character and the way he interacts with other characters in the game. And I would put him on the same level of as Shadow to me. Two really cool characters to me that I love the way they work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are they both edgelords?
I will not confirm nor deny.
I mean, from looks of it, he could be, but yeah. But look at that,
Yeah.
people. There's our tier list.
Anything you want to change?
I really would probably compromise with having Kratos before him, but to be honest,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
but still keep Jin up there at the top.
Okay.
Because it's my only argument with Kratos is that he can fucking mop the floor with everyone. That's it.
We're not power scaling.
Yeah, I'm not power scaling. That's the only point. But like, his backstory, I believe, is not as tragic as his. I'd say if his revenge story made you cry more, because I don't think I've cried for his revenge story. I've cried probably a little bit in Ragnarok, but like his revenge story, I have not. I'm just like, what the fuck? They made him kill his family.
Yeah.
If his backstory is making you cry, and it probably will make me cry if I finish the game, yes. Well, I mean, I've seen his backstory. I got a little bit part in the game. It didn't. It upset me, but it didn't really make me tear up.
Tell me what, because I know everything about the game. So
I don't know. I got to the beginning part, and I don't know where it's at. I'd have to play the game again to know where I'm at.
Okay.
But I know I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
But
All right.
that is our video game tier list. If you disagree, we didn't ask. No, I'm kidding. Your voice matters, but this is our personal tier list. So I know you would probably rank these lower, but this is our personal.
Do comment telling us why we're wrong.
Yeah, and we'll love to debate you and tell you you're stupid. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, starting, we'll go backwards. Starting from our honorable mentions, we have Batman Arkham, or just Arkham Batman. We have Insomniac Spider-Man. We have Cuphead, Mugman, we got Crash Bandicoot. And poor pitiful C, we have Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I'm just kidding. No, don't tarnish this guy. We have Nathan Drake and B. We have Geralt of Rivia. And we have Agent 47 from the Word of Assassination trilogy. At the top of A, we have Eve and her bottom half of her body. We have the Chosen One from Black Myth Wukong. We have Max Payne. We have Atreus, Loki. We have Madeline from Celeste, and we have Cloud. And at the top of S, we have Sephiroth, Shadow, Zagreus. We have Doomslayer or Doom Guy. We have Starkiller. We have Arthur Morgan. We have Cal Kestis. We have Hornet. We have Chloe Price. We have Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Jack from Jack and Daxter, and Spyro. And at the top, our goats. We have Jin Sakai, Kratos, Edward Kenway, Talion, Clementine, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. And that, my friends, is our tier list. Our tier list.
Sir.
And we hope you enjoyed that tier list.
Oh, but yeah.
I'm not ending the pod yet.
Okay, I have something else I want to mention.
Okay.
So on the pod.
Okay. Okay, we're on the pod.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about this. It just randomly popped in my head because I had seen something and it pisses me off so badly, bro. I'm just like, so there's famous YouTubers, there's famous streamers, there's famous music artists, right? Who deliberately and choose not to show their face. And dude, sometimes I'll see a thing like, "Oh my god, face was just leaked." I was like, "Why do you care?" Like, genuinely, why do you care? If they don't want to show their face, why are you trying to leak it? Why are you trying to show it? Why do you want to like I it just pisses me off so bad. If someone doesn't want their face shown, don't let it be shown because I saw it with one like a music artist I really love. Their face got leaked, and you know what? I didn't even try to look for leak. I don't want to know what their face looks like. They don't want people to know what their face is like. So I'm not going to try to look for what their face is like. But people are freaking out like, "Oh my god, face got leaked. No way, crazy." I'm like, who cares? Who cares? Like it's their face. Why do you care so fucking much?
Yeah, I was like that like a little bit, couple years ago. Like everybody knows about H2O Delirious or like Swagger Souls or um the goons like McNasty. Like he just showed his face recently. Um, it's just like literally his privacy. It's
Yes.
they still get millions of views a day. It's the same thing with the Dream thing. It's like people were starting to expect like everyone was going to start revealing their face because he did it. I think his fan base pushed him over the edge to do it. Um, because I don't even think he uses face cam or anything anymore. Or I don't know what he does, but I don't even think he really shows his face anymore.
He's not online anywhere.
Okay, well he doesn't do anything anymore. So I didn't know. I never kept up with him, but like
It's because he was a cheater. So
okay, well um, but coming with like faceless YouTubers, like basically you are. It's like it's a privacy thing. I mean, we have people out there trying. It's just like they just want to know because they like they have to know. They feel entitled to know what that YouTuber looks like. But with Delirious, it's been 10 years and the man still has no identity anywhere. Nobody knows what he looks like except for the people, except for the woman that had his children and some of his closest friends. Some of the people in the Vanoss crew, they still don't know what he looks like. That's how private he is. Now,
yeah,
you know Smitty. Smitty tried that at one point. He was faceless for a good bit, but I think his face was accidentally leaked by the group. They've sincerely apologized for it in the past, but he really wasn't like upset about it that he got his face leaked. Um, so he just rolled with it. He didn't really care. But there's still some faces like Swagger Souls. I don't think that man's ever going to show his face. Which is fine. He's showed partial of his face, but he doesn't really have to. It's just the point of like, yeah, it's privacy. They don't owe you their face. They don't owe you anything. Because when it comes to someone who shows their face, the views change a bit. The mystery's gone.
yeah.
The mystery's gone. If you show your face, the views might start changing because someone could probably have a problem with how you look and they stop watching.
I mean, I know I do that. Listen, there's some creators that I love watching, and then once I see their face, I just kind of stop. It's not nothing against them. It's just like it ruins the illusion of their voice for me.
I could have been faceless, but when I started on this platform, I was a reactor. Well, you can't really react without your face. So I had my face on at the ripe age of 16, showing it to the world as I'm watching
Probably not a great
videos.
idea.
Yeah, not a great idea, but I
I mean,
still
I had
was. Well, YouTube kind of was like holding itself together at the time, and now it's really not.
yeah,
Sorry,
I had
YouTube, but
my
it's kind of the truth. You're not really holding yourself together anymore. But
yeah, I had my face on YouTube at like 8 years old. So
yeah, so like I don't know. I mean, I always was like to be in front of a camera when I was younger. I'd always take my like mom's camcorder or something and just make videos. So like I wanted to do that on YouTube and like I was showing my face already. So like it didn't really matter as much, but some of those people just want that privacy to be you can make it big on a platform and not to show your face. I mean, it's kind of because sometimes it feels weird when I don't show my face on stream when I'm playing a game. Because usually you see my face and everything. But if I'm playing a stream or like Fortnite, it's like I don't need my camera to sit there the whole time. You know, you're just watching me react. I don't really need that. Some YouTubers or streamers will do that, but you don't really need it. It's like you can have my voice there, or if I want to throw it in there, I'll throw it in there. But you know, you don't always have to. But in this, I'm obviously going to have my face because you're not going to have two faceless people here. You know, if I'm doing the visual, I'm going to show my face. Let people have their lives, bro. You don't worry about what they look like. Because then if they turn out to be something you don't, I mean, like, Dream got bullied for what he looked like. So, like, there's a Meat Canyon video on him. Of when that happened. So, like, I mean, Meat Canyon's Meat Canyon, but, like,
Sure.
he got bullied for it. And it's really hard for people to accept what a person looks like. So, if they got a unique voice and they sound like this, I mean, when McNasty revealed his face, he looked exactly like I thought he would look. Big dude. He's a ginger. I mean, it's exactly how I thought he would. It was surprising that he finally did it because he's been talking about it. It wasn't really him being pressured. He was talking about it for 2 years straight, and he finally did it. So it was very, very surprising. So now it's weird to see them, but for some people, it's probably never going to happen. People are like, "Oh, if Delirious retires one day, he's going to show his face." He probably won't. He doesn't have to. Personally, I don't want him to.
Corpse never did. Corpse husband never did.
Nope. He never will either. He definitely never will. Doesn't.
Well, yeah, he's retired.
He doesn't have to. It's just you don't have to. He can be mysterious, and you know,
Exactly.
it's just what it is, bro. Leave him alone. But that's a good point you brought up. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I just
sure.
Yeah, one of my favorite singers just had their face leaked, and I was just like,
Same with VTubers. The reason why VTubing exists is because they don't want to show their face. There's one that I know who is somewhat showing their face. They're going to conventions, but they still have face coverings on. So, you know, it still kind of counts as there. There's some VTubers who have shown their face who would rather be showing their VTuber model instead of them because one, the rig is expensive as hell, so you might as well use it, and two, they just feel comfortable. They don't want to have their camera on all the time, you know? So
yeah, because you have to get ready, you have to make yourself look
yeah,
nice.
like me, like I had to make. I mean, I'm not looking the best. I'm still at home, and but my lower half has got PJs on, bro. I just put the topper half up to look presentable for the podcast. You know, I like to wear this. This is my podcast outfit stuff. You know, so I even do the same thing for main videos. It's like I just get myself ready. It's like if you're gonna be in front of the camera.
Of VTubers who show their face, and there's tons of people who do VTubing then start showing their face, and there's tons of people who show their face then do VTubing.
You do maintenance to make yourself look good, because then you have people talking about you of how you look. If my beard's all up in my face and it's like not groomed and combed, obviously I'm not going to show my face. It's the same thing like if I'm doing a late night stream, I'll show my face for a little bit, and then the main focus is the game. It ain't me, bro. The focus is not me. My commentary is there too, but my face is not the focus. The game is the focus. So
yeah,
but
I mean the good thing about VTubing is that someone like Iron Mouse, one of the most popular VTubers, if not the most popular VTuber, she VTubes because she doesn't want to have to get ready because she has an illness and she can't go out. So it's not like she's ever really looking super presentable because she can barely leave her house or room, I'm pretty sure, because of her illness. So why have to get ready for a stream when you can just VTube?
Yeah. And then there are some people who don't really care what they look like. For the last 3 years, Queso he wears a hoodie the whole time, bro, and that's it. The man doesn't really care what he presents. He just loves to game and he loves to talk to his chat. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I know how his chat still kind of not really bullies, but not necessarily bullies him, but they know he's into that and he interacts with them. That's chat interaction. I don't think he really gets pissed at what they say.
Ban them.
It's his character. Yeah, it's his character. I don't necessarily know if he really bans people. That's the thing. I don't think they do. I think it's a joke.
No streamers do. All they do is they just time them out for
well, I think
maybe
there was an instance where actually one of his mods got power hungry and did ban some people, and he had to change his mods up a bit. But you know.
Yeah, they don't actually ban. They just time them out.
No, they just time. It's a joke thing.
Yeah.
Queso's the most
Yeah.
wholesome dude. I mean, the dude doesn't even. I've never heard the word cuss on any of his streams. He's never.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the most wholesome streamers, and he deserves that damn streamer of the year. I'd give it to him every damn year. He's one of the best to ever be added to the streamers, bro. So, and I know he's rolling in dough. I know damn well he's rolling in dough, and he's still living where he's living. But that man, he's grateful for it. So,
Sure.
well, that's, I mean, it for me. That's our tier list. So, I mean, if you have any closing thoughts, I don't know. I don't have any hot takes this week.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Yeah, I don't really have any hot takes.
Oh wait, I do have a hot take.
Okay.
Skyrim is overrated and kind of boring.
You're about to be killed. You're about to be killed. You're about to be killed. You know, honestly, I never played it, but I can agree with you.
I have tried it. Overrated as fuck. Not even that good. Boring as shit.
Well then.
Anyway.
Yeah, because I don't really have a hot take, so yeah. But that's a good one. That's a good one. You're gonna get killed, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Probably, but if you guys enjoyed,
Another hot take. Witcher 3's combat is ass. Everything else in the game, great. Witcher 3's combat and the Witcher games is so fucking bad. Anyway.
Well, damn, bro. Now I don't want to play it. I'm just kidding.
Well, it's still worth it.
I'll probably play it. But... Probably controller, unless it's better on PC.
Probably better on controller. You can do mods on PC, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's all from you. And close us out. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let us know down below your favorite characters. Let us know where you would rank these characters. Obviously, it's, not going to be mad at you for having your opinion. But these is where we believe we have these characters at. And I think most part, they were probably our best tier list to where we agreed where we would put these characters at. But Jin Sakai wins the top of the characters tier list. He's the winner. He's the sole winner. And we're going to do more in the future because tier lists are fully back. We don't know when we're going to get back into wrestling. I'm probably saying a soft reboot for wrestling, probably when Royal Rumble season gets here. Hopefully things get interesting and better again. But I know there's a lot of things coming up for Royal Rumble that people are not happy with. And WrestleMania. And it's going to be a weird year next year. And John Cena, farewell. He's leaving, but probably don't know what the next topic could be, but I know I want to get back into some trivia stuff. This time we could do trivia on things that we know now about, maybe that I know about, we've watched.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of ideas that I want to do. I know we've done a Guess the Game video, but I wouldn't hurt to do a Guess the Game podcast. But that's hard to do because listening to that would be more difficult than visual.
Yeah.
Speaking of visual, this video is not going on my main channel. This is going on the official Beard Bros Breakdown channel, which we're going to have linked in here. So I'm going to send everyone over there. Don't know how many of you will go over there, but this is where the visuals will be going. Audio only will still stay on, Spotify where it's been. But this is not going on the RedBeard channel anymore. So, wah. Sad to see it, but we are going to start splitting up the content. But you will still see some Beard Bros content on my channel, on his channel, a lot. So the Beard Bros aren't, gone forever from my channel, but we're going to start moving us to our own specified visual podcast channel. So, that's the news there. We kind of brought it up in the last podcast, but we didn't link the channel. But we are going to today. So whenever this goes up, the channel will be in the description and I will promote the hell out of it. Go over there if you'd like to watch a long podcast. But that's it for me. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you all in the next one. We've been the Beard Bros. Peace.